Health Children's, Mark Wahlberg, and the Youth Foundation. Brought to you by all the good people that are bringing this thing here today. And Sean, my name is Stick. I'm filling in for Neil Rule today because Mr. Neil Rule is out golfing.
Of course he is.
But me and you get to sit in this nice tent. We get to enjoy some buzzins from Loom.
Shout out.
The amount of people and celebrities that have been walking by is absolutely insane. We have our shot girl Brady bringing by some Looms. Kenny Anderson is here, Lomas Brown. We're talking Rick Cerrone, John Barry, Mr. Alternator John Barry. Hopefully we get to talk to him.
Shout out
Buddha
Rudy.
Edwards is here, Gosler Cheris, Bruce Bowen. I got to talk to Rudy Rudiger today.
Did you really?
Of Notre Dame fame.
No kidding.
Yeah, I asked him if he was offsides. You know what he said? I don't give a shit. They didn't call it.
Yeah. You get away with it.
I thought that was an amazing answer. But yeah, we are here at the Detroit Golf Club. It's going to be a fun show. Tons of people stopping by. Joey just did an interview with Mark Wahlberg in the corral over there. So everything's been going great today.
It's a great vibe here. I mean, that's what I remember being here the last couple of years. And Stick, the cool thing is, I don't care what anybody says. Let me be the old dude. I'm so happy it's like 70 degrees right now.
Oh, it's perfect.
Because you've been out here where it was like 90, and I met our guy from Loom, and I'm telling you, I've been bragging this stuff up for a few weeks because I'm not that guy. I am not that guy like that indulges in this. So this 7.5 that you get in buzzing is perfect for a guy like me. Perfect for a guy like me. You guys, I'm serious. Try this. This is outside. Which one is this, Brady? Raspberry lemonade.
And now, the best part about this, Sean, you're not usually a connoisseur of the THC, are you?
No.
So for you to come out here, have a nice Loom cocktail while we sit and enjoy this nice breeze that's coming through on the beautiful Detroit golf course. You can't see it from here, but my old college, University of Detroit, you can usually see the clock tower from some points of this course.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite features is the clock tower.
No, listen, you're right. If you're a guy like me, you don't indulge in this that often. A lot of times you get these drinks, and they're like, 100 milligrams or whatever the heck. I'm not doing that stuff.
No.
I'll be flat on my back. But I tried these buzzins. I'm hooked. It's awesome. It does what it's supposed to do. You'll enjoy it. If you're a dude like me, Stick, you're right. It's not something I indulge in. You know what? A nice day like today, you have one of these. Yep. Outstanding.
Yeah, well, I like the way they set it up, too. They're like, hey, it's kind of like a beer, right? Like, if you want just a nice little tingle, have one. If you want to really go for it, have a six-pack, and you'll be having a good day. But let's talk about some sports, Sean. We're going to have random people stopping by here, which is going to be cool to talk to them. But, the talk of the morning has just been the shape of the Detroit landscape and how everything has been coming to evolution, kind of along the same timeline as Woodward Sports. We started 4 years ago. Every team was absolute dog shit. Now, pretty much every team's good except for the Red Wings. They're hopefully on their way. But other than that, man, everything's going good. Everybody around here, when we're talking Detroit sports, everyone's happy to do it.
You know what it is, too, Stick, is like right now.
Oh, hold on. National anthem. Now we can officially start the day. Now the day has officially started.
America.
The bald eagle just flew overhead.
America.
It's exactly how we like to do it here at Woodward Sports. And that is Mia Hutchinson singing the national anthem.
All right, Stick, let me finish with this. And I want to get your take, okay?
Okay.
Because I was thinking about this on the drive-in, all right? We have legitimate championship aspirations for the Detroit Lions, right?
Yeah. I think three teams now are in that talk.
That's what I was going to tell you. That's what I wanted to have that talk. I think the Lions are there. I really think the Tigers are there. And if you want to yell at me, you go right ahead. I don't think the Pistons are quite there yet.
No, but they're starting to be in the talk, though, right?
Okay.
We expect them to take the next step next year. Like an Eastern Conference Finals isn't out of the question next year.
Yeah,
for the
I
Pistons.
don't think so.
And to me, it's a championship.
Okay, all right, that's
if
fair.
we're going to be technical about it.
So that's where I'm at. And with the Red Wings, let's be honest, there's still a lot of questions there. I think you start with goaltending, you start with their defense core. Let's see how the summer shakes out. We can revisit this come October, but this is real. Like it's like legitimately real. And I told you, for me, I was one of those guys. I was skeptical about the Tigers. I was skeptical about the Tigers. What else do the Tigers have to do right now to make you believe that at the very least they can win the American League? It's on you now, bro. If you're that guy. If you're that guy, it is legitimately on you now, Stick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was telling people to pump their brakes a little last week because the term team of destiny kept being floated around. And how many times have you seen a team of destiny fall flat on their face?
It's been used.
Like the New York Knicks this year. Oh, the Celtics got injured. They're the team of destiny. Oh, the Pistons made them stronger. They're the team of destiny. This is what everything, the stars are aligned. Okay, where are they now?
Yep.
Like, so that's why Team of Destiny can only be labeled after you win a championship. Then you look back on the year and be like, wow, there were some magical moments. You can't just have magical moments and say you're a Team of Destiny, because every team has it. The 06 Tigers, Maglio's walk-off, Team of Destiny, till you lose 4-1 in the World Series. So that's where, damn, last year's Lions team, 15-2 in the regular season. Now I know the injuries happened, but still, 15-2. They were in the NFC Championship the year before. Team of Destiny. Not quite there yet. Damn good team, playing damn good baseball, and it's fun. Let's just enjoy the ride.
American League favorite right now. I have no problem saying that.
No problem.
No problem saying that. And that's where I'm at. It's funny you say that, Stick, because I told Spenny and KG
Hello.
last month. Hi, Spenny.
How you doing?
Do you remember I said, I'm done picking them.
Yeah.
I am. I'm done. I'm just going to enjoy this. I think this is a good baseball team. So instead of picking them and trying to find all the faults, let's just sit back and observe. And you know what? We've done that for 2 months now. And again, if you don't buy into them now, it's not their fault.
No, and we saw it a little bit even in this Cubs series as like a microcosm of what we've been talking about the Tigers for the whole time. It's like they lost one game against the NL leading Chicago Cubs, and everybody's like, oh, yeah. Oh, are they done? Was it just a fluke? One game when Kaiser Montero was on the mound. And then what happened? Skubal goes out there, he shuts it down.
Shuts it down.
Flaherty goes out there, he shuts it down. That's what we're going to be seeing in the playoffs. You're not going to be seeing a lot of Kaiser Montero in the playoffs. You're going to be seeing Skubal and Flaherty and hopefully Reese Olson when he gets back.
See, what he just brought up, we were talking about this on the Lions Weekly Report yesterday. It was myself, Broder, Terry Foster. You guys are ready for this, right? This Lions regular season is going to be miserable. It is, and you know why it's going to be miserable?
Because of fans?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are going to be bombed with that stuff.
Job would be great if it wasn't for the customers.
Right. Listen, but I spit fact, you guys.
You're right.
Right?
Listen, Sean.
They're not going to go 15-2. We all know that, right? They're not going to go 15. If they go 12-5, we're going to have this 5 times a year where people going, man, Stick, you got to give it up about your boy Goff.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Spenny, when are you just going to admit that Mahogany's a piece of garbage?
Yeah.
You're going to hear everything. So let's just get used to it now and accept that's what our fall's going to be.
As a host of the watch party and post-game show for the Lions here on Woodward Sports, I am fully aware of the insanity that comes in the chat during the course of a football game. I'm not even talking, not even a whole football game. The first quarter, Sean.
It's insanity.
The first quarter. Get rid of Aaron Glenn. Ben Johnson doesn't know what he's doing. Jared Goff is
Well, he
washed.
doesn't now. We know that. He doesn't.
Well,
now.
Ben Johnson. He rode the coattails of Jared Goff and Dan Campbell. We all know that.
That is true.
We all know that. But that's the thing, like, the amount of times people threw away the entire team last year when they were losing the first half of football.
Incredible.
Like, you should have seen the Texans game last year.
I was there with you guys, remember?
Oh, my
that
God.
That was awful.
This team's awful. Oh, my God, they lost it. We don't know what we're doing. And the next thing you know, 5 tutties on the board, you win the game, and you walk home smiling like, how the hell did these guys win that game?
We just better prepare ourselves, all of us. We better, there is not going to be any perspective this next year for the Detroit Lions. It's not going to happen this year. We're all going to have to deal with it and just get ready for it. But again, I would much rather be in this place, Stick. Spenny, you and I have talked about this so much. This is pass fail, and it's this simple. Did you win a championship while you're in?
That's it.
That's it.
I
love this spot. I love this spot.
That's where we're sitting now, and it does make some fans uncomfortable. We still have people saying, oh, it wasn't Super Bowl, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I don't care if you win 15 games. I don't care if you go undefeated. It is Super Bowl or bust, meaning if you don't win the Super Bowl, your season's a failure. There are only a handful of teams that can actually say that every year, that it is Super Bowl or bust, and right now the Lions are sitting at that table. So you better get used to it. God forbid, guys, God forbid they lose back-to-back games this year. Oh, man.
See, that's what I'm talking about. If we can go back to the beginning of this conversation, I can say that about the Detroit Lions, Super Bowl or bust. I can say it about the Detroit Tigers.
Yep.
I really feel confident.
World Series or bust?
I'm not there yet with the Pistons.
No,
I'm not there. We're
not where we were
away.
a year ago with the
Amen to
Pistons
that.
either. Like, I hope
Amen
we
to
get
that.
20 wins, and that'll be a 6-game improvement.
Amen to that.
I want the Pistons next year at the very least to be a game within the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, you need to be a game within the Eastern Conference Finals next year to say you're pushing the Game 7 in Round 2. That take a step forward. I don't think they're going to make the trade. Everybody thinks they're going to go after Kevin Durant, go after Devin Booker. I think they want to see what they got. Next year might be the summer if they want to make a trade, if they want to bring in an all-star, if they want to bring in a superstar, you do it next year. But this year I think you see what you got with your guys.
Hey, listen, I'm not complaining with the growth of the Pistons. And, we've seen this, especially in basketball. You see this linear growth, right? First, okay, we made the playoffs. We learned a little bit. Next year, we're going to apply that to the playoffs. We're going to make it a little bit further. And then you hope to go from there, like kind of like the New York Knicks were laying out for you this year, but definitely what the Thunder have laid out for you, right? They didn't make the playoffs 2 years ago. Last year, they made it, got bounced. Now look at them in the finals with an MVP candidate, and you hope Cade can take that next leap from star to superstar. Do you hear me? He's not a superstar yet. He needs to go from star to superstar. And I know that means I'm a Cade hater. And, oh, my God, Stick doesn't like Cade. That's not true. When you see somebody, it's like porn. I don't know how to define it, but I know it when I see it. It's the same thing with the superstar.
You and
I don't know how to define it. I can't tell you what points he needs per game. I can't tell you all of that. But I know when I watch Tyrese Halliburton play basketball, that is a superstar.
Okay, come on. Cade is better than Tyrese Halliburton. Right now he is. Stick? He is.
Let me say this.
Like, come on, dude.
You know
Spenny.
he and I are on the same page.
What are we doing?
What?
What are we doing?
Because the Pacers won more, that doesn't make Tyrese better than Cade. Cade is a better player than Tyrese Halliburton right now.
How many clutch shots did Cade hit this playoffs?
The clutch shots are also how many points did Tyrese have yesterday?
This is what I mean.
When his
See?
team got
he
popped
wants
by
a
20.
point qualification for superstar. I can't give you a point qualification.
So your qualification is a guy hitting late shots? That's it? He had 15 points last night, Stick. He's not a superstar. If Cade isn't a superstar, neither is Tyrese.
He had 15 points last night. What did he do the game before?
He had
on
like
the road?
17 points in the game before.
And what was the defining moment of that game?
He hit the game winner.
Okay, is that clutch?
So that's what it is.
That superstar
so that's
status?
what it is for you. You have to hit game winners. That makes you a superstar?
That
That's
is
the only
part
thing?
of the superstar package, yes.
Okay,
it's
well,
not the only thing that's in the
Then
superstar
you need to
package.
do more. You can't say Tyrese Halliburton is a superstar right now if you can't say Cade is.
What? Tyrese Halliburton is in the finals.
That doesn't mean
Because
he's a
hit
superstar
five.
because he's
Count
got a
them,
better
five.
team.
5 big shots, Spenny.
Stick.
5.
He's got a better team around him. Tyrese Halliburton is not the. He wasn't.
What does the team around you have to do with hitting 5 big shots?
We're talking about being a superstar. And
We need
you
to
said,
find Bruce Bowen. Can someone go track down Bruce Bowen? Who? Oh, Kenny Anderson's here? Kenny would know.
Anderson knows a
Kenny
little
would
bit.
know. Hey, do we got the stick mic?
Is the stick mic plugged?
Kenny knows a little bit.
Or Spenny,
we need to get the receiver from
Spenny,
Ryan.
give him your headset real quick, Spenny. And put the camera on him, please. Because I want this man who has forgotten more about basketball than me and Spencer will ever know. Will you settle a debate with us? Is Cade Cunningham a superstar at this point in his career?
Yes, by far.
Oh, what's
By
up,
far.
Stick?
He's a superstar.
What's up, Stick?
He's a superstar.
More than Tyrese Halliburton?
No.
Ah, what's
no,
up,
no, 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 no,
Spenny?
Let me explain. Let me explain. Halliburton is in the finals. He was that guy. He's that guy, raised his level of play, and he's a point guard on a championship team. They won the East.
Right.
Is he that
So
guy,
you
though?
got-
He didn't win the Eastern Conference MVP. That was Pascal Siakam. He was the best player on his best team.
It was
close.
It was close.
Yeah, it was. He
But
thought he
he's
was
on
going to win
that
it.
team. So he made it to the finals. Now Cunningham makes it to the the Eastern Finals, and
Even round 2 this year, and hits a big shot to get there. Like, was it game 4? He had a chance, ball in his hand. His last 3 possessions, 2 turnovers, 1 missed jumper.
Yeah.
I need you to make those plays for me to be like, that's a superstar.
Yeah. But with the whole new Detroit Pistons and Cunningham, they're gonna win, and they're gonna go far.
Do you think
for the
they should?
future.
Do you think they should trade for another All-Star, or do you think they should run it back?
No, they missing one piece. I really like a rebounder slash
A stretch 4.
A stretch 4.
Kevin Durant.
Everybody talking about the great Kevin Durant, but he's older now. I don't know about that.
But I like that version of Kevin Durant. You know why? Because he's not going to be the ball-dominant Kevin Durant.
Okay. Right.
That's what I like about getting long in the tooth, Kevin Durant, because he knows Cade's the star, and Kevin Durant can be that number 2.
But I think they're missing one.
I couldn't agree more.
Somebody. I don't know.
Somebody.
Kenny, we were having
the
that's how it came up. We think the Lions are ready to get to a Super Bowl. We think the Tigers are ready to get to a World Series. I'm not there with the Pistons yet. Better, good, but there's still
they're missing something.
a piece.
By
the way, Spenny, you know he broke our hearts in 1990, right? I just,
Oh, he's
I
Michigan
forgive
State
you.
guy.
Yeah, I forgive you. I forgive you.
Every time
Maybe I
come
don't
to
forgive
Detroit,
you.
I mess with all my Michigan State fans.
He's right there.
I be telling my wife on the way to here on the plane, I'll be like, you remember when I was in college, 1990, we beat Michigan State. Yeah, 19. That was. We just were talking about that last night.
How about this guy? It's right now. It's all coming back to me. I'm going through my things again.
And I was just we beat Minnesota that year, Michigan State, and Shaq, LSU.
Yeah.
To go to the Final Four.
LSU
we had a
Shaq
roll.
was a different animal, man.
Different animal. Different animal. Yeah.
Hey, man, thanks for coming out here, though, dude.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
What a fantastic event, huh?
Oh, this is awesome. This is an awesome event. I've been coming here for 5 years now, giving back to the youth, the kids. So I'm down with anything
You're
like
a good
towards
man.
that.
You're a good man,
just
dude.
giving back.
How you shooting?
No, I can't play golf. Hey, because we talked about it, me and my wife. Was pickleball or golf? And I chose pickleball. So I'm very good at pickleball. Me and my wife get out there. I'm getting better.
Do you ever roll up and people don't realize you're a former professional athlete?
No, they don't.
They're just
Where I live at, Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, they don't know me. And then they know afterwards.
Yeah. after you whoop the
Wait, yeah, you gotta
floor
let
with
him
him,
know.
like, man, that guy's really athletic. I wonder what he did for a living.
Different area where I live in. I love it, but they don't know me until I do something. Until it's over. I'm like, that's Kenny Anderson.
Well, man, I appreciate your insight,
Thanks,
especially on the Cade Halliburton. If you're starting a team today, who are you picking?
I'm a pacer. I played for the Pacers for a year, but I'm gonna go with Cunningham. I'm gonna go with Cunningham.
Oh yeah, he's better, Stig.
I'm gonna go.
Better.
Yeah, he might be a little better.
Okay, I can argue with Spenny. I will not argue with
No,
Mr.
sir. Yeah. Thank you.
He'll hit a 3 on me or something.
Thank you for your
Thanks,
time.
Kenny.
We really
Appreciate
appreciate you, man.
All right.
We are live here at the Feldman Automotive
Thank you.
Children's Miracle Celebrity Invitational at Detroit Golf Club. Beautiful time, beautiful weather today. We got to take a quick break. Spenny, you want to tell them about Loom or Mad Packs?
Yeah, give me 1 sec to get my
I
camera.
can tell you all about it. I've been
there we
enjoying
go.
it the whole darn show.
I could tell you about Loom because I was having it out on the golf course yesterday, and it had me shooting the best round of my career. Listen, these buzzing drinks are perfect for the golf course, 7.5 milligrams. You can get them out there, have a good time. Find them at loom.com to place your order or find a store near you, and use promo code WSN30 for 30% off your order. 30% off your order. WSN30. It's Loom Cannabis, loom.com.
Feldman Chevrolet still has tariff-free inventory, so we're extending the Memorial Day sale. That means it's your last chance to get tariff-free pricing on your new Chevy. Get this 2025 Silverado for only $199 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for just $259 a month. But hurry, these low prices won't last. Don't miss your last chance to save big. The Memorial Day sale has been extended at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at McShane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Van Johnson. The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at McShane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Van Johnson.
It is the best day of the year. Joey with Woodward Sports here, and my two good friends, Jay Feldman and Mark Wahlberg.
Best friends.
Best friends right here. Jay, I want to talk to you first. What's this day mean to you? Obviously, this is the year, the day of the year every year.
Well, you know what? This is an amazing event. Started out 5 years ago. We weren't sure how the turnout would be. It was amazing the first year, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And people travel from all over the country, all over the world to come here and support Children's Miracle Network and the Mark Wahlberg Youth Foundation. We're going to raise $1.6 million hopefully today. We need everybody to reach deep. We got some great auction items. So it's been amazing.
And how about you with the Youth Foundation? Obviously, got a busy schedule, and you make time for this every single year. What is it about this event in particular that you love so much?
Everything that we do is aspirational. We inspire kids to be the best versions of themselves, to overcome adversity, to work hard, set some serious goals for themselves, to go out there and do whatever they have to do to make them happen. But just coming here, I mean, it really brought a tear to my eye earlier. Riley especially, who I've watched really grow. She's overcome so much. She's thriving now. And she also said that she happened to be practicing all year to kick my ass in the putting contest. I mean, it's just just amazing. I find so much inspiration from the kids and their ability to overcome and to even to go through so much. It's been incredible. It's really eye-opening.
Yeah, smiles on all of the kids' faces. That's what today is all about. And we're golfing. If you had to pick a dream foursome, dead or alive, who you picking, Mark?
Oh, well, it depends. I mean, if it's golf-oriented, you get all the greats on the golf course, the Tigers of the world. And then if it's family, it's just family and friends, you know what I'm saying? I love to see Jay. I've never seen Jay swing a club. So we want a couple laughs when it comes to, seeing somebody struggle. We'll get a club in Jay's hand.
I got the best coach in the world, so I might as well start right here.
Yeah, that is a great coach right there. Speaking of coach.
Better than being out on the golf course with people, with friends, with family. I mean, it's a wonderful place to do business. For me, if I can get 2 hours on the golf course every day, I'm a very happy person.
Absolutely. All of us would be. So last question for you. Obviously, Detroit sports, we know you're a big Patriots fan, but some words right now for Lions fans, obviously led by Coach Dan Campbell. What's your thoughts on just Detroit sports overall, in particular Lions?
I picked the Lions to win the Super Bowl right here last year. Obviously, they fell short of the goal, but they played fantastic. If people are saying, well, if you could play any former Lion, who would it be? I said, I'd rather play the coach. I played Dan Campbell. Yeah, that's a great part, right? That's a guy who's got grit. He don't care about nothing but winning, and, he's as tough as nails. Reminds me of a lot of people that I knew growing up and that I work with. And so, I think they got a good chance this year. They just got to play smart, hopefully avoid injuries. It just... It turned out bad at the end of last year, but, they had a great team. They got a tough schedule this year, as we know. So we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate your time. Mark Wahlberg, Jay Feldman. One more thing for you, Jay. So overall, this event, obviously you got so many events that you do throughout the year and all the charities you work with. This event in particular, you got Mark Wahlberg here. You got the whole family here. What is it that makes you most happy?
Just seeing the support and raising the money and giving back to over 200,000 families in Southeast Michigan and their kids, and seeing a smile on the kids' faces, the things that we can do with that money. So really that's the most important thing.
Jay Feldman, that's why when we buy vehicles, we buy them from Feldman Automotive, because it's more than just a vehicle. It's about everything that you guys do for the community. You're supporting good people, and that's why I love you forever, Jay.
Thanks, Joey. Appreciate it.
Feldman Chevrolet all over Metro Detroit and Michigan, and they got the best selection. Actually, this week I'm going to Feldman in Highland and picking up a new car, Sean. I found the one that I really want. I'm not going to say it because I don't want somebody coming in and swooping. It's a used car. It's on the lot. I don't want to say which one it is, but it's a beautiful car, and that's all really Feldman brings to you. They got deals all over the place. No matter what brand you're looking for, go get yourself a Feldman today. Not only do they have great vehicles, look at what they do in the community. They bring all these people together under one roof, under one sky, in one golf club for a great event, and that's where we are today. We are live at the Feldman Automotive Children's Miracle Celebrity Invitational. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule. He is going to be golfing today. He should be sending in some videos from around the course. Let Neil, what's up?
We got a super chat in there from Dante151, $5 super chat. He says, thoughts on Miles Turner being linked to the Detroit Pistons this coming free agency? If the Pistons could get him, that would solve their stretch 4. He's more of a stretch 5, but definitely a shooter and a rim protector.
I wouldn't hate that. I've heard him and Lauri Markkanen are the two names that I keep hearing for the Pistons to pursue or who they're interested in. I wouldn't mind either of them. I like that Kenny Anderson doesn't really – he's like, they need a guy.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell the guy is, but they need a guy.
But you know what? Here's it. People don't want to hear it. Like, we don't want to hear it. Yes, that's why, going back to the beginning of the show, if you missed the beginning of the show, I think the Lions and the Tigers are on the same spot. I don't feel like a slapdick saying Super Bowl or bust.
No.
I don't feel like a slapdick saying World Series or bust. You know where you're going too far for me, Spenny? If you start this NBA final or bust stuff with the Pistons, I'm going to have to back off. At that point in time, I'm going to have to back off a little bit. So that's where I'm at. And you know what, Stick? It's almost like the conversations we have about particular players. Not wrong with being good.
Right.
Don't ask me to call good great. That's where I have to get off the map, so to speak. But they're not far away. They're not far away. It's not a bad thing. And let's, you make a move like that. you fill that need, and all of a sudden, maybe Dad wants to graduate. I don't know.
Well, and honestly, it's not about adding a piece. This may be a part of sometimes natural progression takes place too. Like you're getting back a Jaden Ivey, you're getting back a Beef Stew that was out for the
100%.
playoffs. So it's kind of hopeful, like with the Lions. Hey, they were so injured. Maybe if they were healthy, things would be different. With the Pistons, if Ivy continues to take the leap he took early last season, I mean, he improved his three-point shot. He was shooting 40% from beyond the arc. He was the one taking the big shots. He had a couple game winners before he got injured. He was the guy you looked at with 5 seconds on the clock, and to me, that's how I think this team will run most effective. Cade, 19 seconds, run the offense. It's all yours. If we can't find something, give it to Ivy. Let him create in the last 5.
And that's where, you know what, I love to hear you say that, because I think it could be argued the Lions' best additions are getting their own guys back. Guys that missed a significant amount of time. So that is a huge factor for the Pistons. But when you've arrived is when you start hearing names pop up in the trade rumors, okay? Legitimate names popping up. In Detroit could be a destination. I think the fact that that's happening for the Pistons really tells you a lot. We're not there with the Wings either, where, trade deadline, this name is seriously attached to the Red Wings. And we know what a bummer last trade deadline was. So, again, you're looking at two teams that are at this level, another level here, and one there.
Can you go grab Lentz?
Some action going on behind the scenes. Starting to heat up here. Brady's going to get Ryan Lentz.
Look who's
speaking
casually
of action
walking
behind
by.
the scenes,
Just
why don't we get this man over here
by.
and get him on a mic? Spenny, you want to give him your headset, or Chase, give him your headset since we don't have the stick mic hooked up? Let's make sure we get that stick mic hooked up, fellas.
There are some dudes that look like they belong in a country club. Neil
Put
Rule.
on Chase's headset.
Neil Rule is one of those dudes who looks like he belongs at a country club. He has the walk. He's got the drink in his hand. It's a country club thing, Neil. It really is.
What's up, everybody? How are y'all today?
See what I'm saying?
We're doing well.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean, you're teeing off at what, noon?
Something like that.
What's a pregame golf ritual for a guy like Neil Rule? Did you get the massage? Did you have the incredible bacon?
I don't know.
It's more. I work on my nonverbal tone.
Muted? Can you mute me?
I work on my nonverbal tone first, right? Like the facial expression, all that kind of stuff. We'll go over to the range. We have a routine. We hit a couple pitch shots. We hit a couple iron shots. We hit a couple drivers. And then we make our way over. Now we commence with the people and talk and get caught up. We're playing with Steve DeOssie today.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah, longtime linebacker in the NFL. Oh, yeah, he owns a cigar and steak place in Rhode Island. So we've been chopping it up.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neil, the people are saying you have aura. You have golf club, country club aura.
I told you, there's some people that sell it. I look at this group of degenerates.
Yeah, you can tell who's been to a golf club before and who hasn't.
The only one who has the look is Neil. Let's be honest.
I sent the message. Hey, everybody, dress appropriate. We got intern Noah showing up here like in his Janko jeans and a worn-out T-shirt, like he's going to a rave at Four Bears in 1996. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's going on with some of these guys.
Pete Giannopoulos in the house. I got to give my buddy a shout-out. How you doing, Petey? Good. Now, so many people out here. Neil, you got the country club aura. You do.
Good. That means that the kids like me, I guess, right? If I have the aura. Hey, people think Javi Baez is an all-star because of, quote,
There's
aura.
another
Did
name.
you catch Did you catch Cody Stavenhagen's tweet, by the way?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay.
Well, this is why when we were doing our 4 downs, I gave you, Neil. I literally lobbed you a Javi Baez question. Unfortunately, we couldn't get to it, but that's where we're at right now. It's funny, we were talking about this. Like, we're in a really good spot. I expect the Lions to be in the Super Bowl. Anything short of that is misery. I'm at that point now with the Tigers. I'm not there yet with the Pistons. Yay, NBA Finals 26. I'm not there yet, but you can see it down the highway. It's a good place to be at for 3 of these teams right now. All right, there we go. No, you're not good. No. All right, we'll get Neil back. We'll get Neil back in a second. You've got so many things going on here, so many people out here today. Once again, can't thank the folks at Feldman enough. It's every few minutes you see somebody walk by, and I'm not sure if you know this, like Stick and I are doing this. Just kind of looking like, I know that dude, whether it be people you know locally, whether it be some of the stars and everything, that's a good thing. All right, I think we got Neil back.
All right, there we are. All right, as a matter of fact, we're good now. We're good.
I tell you what, Neil. Sometimes, you try to be on here, not behind the scenes, and
it's the hardest job, man.
It's unbelievable.
It's the hardest job.
Unbelievable.
No, but Sean, we were talking about it, and yes, like overall, it's a good spot. Lions are there. Where are you with the Tigers meter? Because I'll tell you where I am. And I think I was first on the scene with this, Sean. I think I was doing the show with you because you had a stunned look on your face.
I had a meltdown.
I discovered this. It is. I expect them to win the World Series, to get to the World Series, win the American League.
That's where I'm at.
I expect that.
That's where I'm at.
I expect that. You fear the Yankees?
No.
So, who else is there?
Tribe voodoo. That's the only thing
that's it.
Tribe voodoo.
That's it. But hopefully you don't have to even mess with them, and it's done. But no, it is. It's a great event out here. It's good to see everybody in Detroit. Detroit's in the light. And I'll tell you this, Sean, the people around the sports world that I've talked to that are here, every time they come back, man, it's like it's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting better. Like it is, man. It's great. It's great to have events like this. It's great to have Final Fours and stuff like that. Sean, we're here, man. We're a real city, the same as any other city, man.
And it's taken a long time, and I think, it's almost like the sports conversations we had. For a long time, Neil, people tried to tell me this area was something it wasn't. And you know what? You don't have to make that argument anymore.
No.
This has been a jewel for so many years down here, and I'm glad that. I mean, let's face it. It's people like Feldman, it's people like Rocket Mortgage that have come down here and really put the spotlight on this beauty. DGC's awesome. It's a great spot down here, fellas.
Listen, I must have missed this name when I was going over the celebrities that are going to be here, and I cannot believe a poll like this. Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. Is here today, boys.
Wow.
1/5 of NSYNC is here today. 20%
Where's Eminem?
of NSYNC is here today.
You can deny NSYNC all you want, Sean. You can look me in the eye and deny them all you want. But the bottom line was a banger, is a banger, will always be a banger.
It's real.
Pretty much NSYNC's entire catalog.
You can get mad if you want.
If you want, but you're mad at yourself. You're not mad at me.
The ladies NSYNC helped me pull in high school when you throw on that slow jam. Oh,
they were the Mariano Rivera of their generation. It was a closer.
They were closers. They were closers.
Shut it down.
Especially Lance Bass. Absolute closer.
I'm just saying. No, but there is an impressive lineup out here today, headlined by Sean Belizean.
Yeah, and we got a guy standing right behind you too, Neil, that we want to chat with.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to go to break,
yeah.
And then we'll bring this guy on?
Absolutely.
Not only is he a legend in himself, but he's teamed up with a Detroit legend too. We're going to talk about that coming up next. But we are live from the Feldman Automotive Children's Miracle Celebrity Invitational here at the Detroit Golf Club. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
About Mad Packs. Mad Packs are in stores now. You can go to getmadpacks.com to find out where you can get any of them. They've got the Blizzard Packs, THCA Moon Rocks. They've got just regular flour if that's how you're feeling. Or they've got the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas and the High-Low Infused Pre-Rolls. Mad Packs are in stores now. Go to getmadpacks.com to find out where you can get some today.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Feldman Chevrolet still has tariff-free inventory, so we're extending the Memorial Day sale. That means it's your last chance to get tariff-free pricing on your new Chevy. Get this 2025 Silverado for only $199 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for just $259 a month. But hurry, these low prices won't last. Don't miss your last chance to save big. The Memorial Day sale has been extended at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Feldman is all over the great state of Michigan, and they are taking care of you. Whether you want to buy or lease, get out of your lease, they will take care of it. Just head in the store, let them know, hey, I saw you guys doing great things in the community. I saw you doing great things for the children. How can I help? Well, you support them who support us, and that's how you do it. Feldman, all over Metro Detroit, all their brands. Go find them today, and we are live at the Feldman Automotive Children's Miracle Celebrity Invitational. When I say celebrities, I mean Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC's here, folks.
Oh, yeah. I heard you talk about him just a minute ago. You said you used to use him in high school to pull the ladies. I used him last night. I saw him on the bus. I was like, oh, baby. Going to some NSYNC back in my room.
It's going to be a fun night tonight.
For everybody who doesn't know this man to my left, this is Bronco McCart. Not only were you the light middleweight title holder, you had tons of fights against Winky Wright, but you are now part of Kronk Gym, which is, to me, being from Detroit, like the heart and soul. When I think of boxing, I think Emmanuel Stewart, I think Kronk Gym, I think Tommy Hearns, I think of what it's meant to the boxing world to come out of Detroit, just this little gym, which you guys are bringing back, which it needed.
Kronk is the most amazing boxing gym that's ever been in the whole world. I mean, it's worldwide, world known. I mean, you have in Detroit, you've got the Pistons, Red Wings, Lions, and Kronk.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Kronk Gym has produced some of the greatest fighters in the history of the sport. Tommy Hearns will be here tonight. Jackie Callan, the first female manager in the sport of boxing to ever be put into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, came up under James Toney and Jackie myself. So see Kronk being revived and being at the Brewster, you know, where Joe Louis trained. I mean, it's just a phenomenal thing to see it coming back to life, and I'm glad just to be a small part of it.
When young men are walking in the gym and wanting to be molded by Kronk, do you feel that weight and that soul with them when they come through? Like, that, do they understand the responsibility with having that logo on their chest?
I don't know that they do,
Okay.
but I tell you what, in the original Kronk that I trained in, when you walked through the door and you were a new guy, they had guys standing on the corner. Othell Lawhorn, they called him Bam Bam being one of them. He'd start screaming, fresh meat, fresh meat. Who's going to kill the new guy? And the very first time I walked through, they didn't say new guy. They said, fresh meat. Fresh meat, who's going to kill that effing white guy today? I looked around at my dad. I said, we're in the right place, baby. Hey, and there's my nemesis, but my love about Winky Wright right there, man.
Winky,
come on, man. Winky Wright in the building. Come over here, baby. I had to fight this sucker 3 times in the coming up, man.
cool
I
is
love
that?
this dude, man. Love this dude, man.
Dude, I'm going to shake your hand, too, man.
Love this
Pleasure.
We've been able to watch the rivalry of Claude Lemieux and Darren McCarty come together on a stage, them shake hands and be friends. What's it like to go to absolute war with each other, but now be standing here as grown men, good friends?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna let Winky explain that. And the reason, because last night my girl was sitting at the table, boy, he gave me some good props.
Hey, no, Bronco a good guy, man. Listen, boxing is a sport where you're going to have a winner, you're going to have a loser. It ain't about hating a person. It's about competing. You know, my competitiveness against his competitiveness. Bronco, like I said, he got a great heart, man. He was a fighter that nobody else wanted to fight. And nobody wanted to fight me, nobody wanted to fight him, so we had to keep fighting each other. And we was going to be a winner or a loser. But like I said, man, he if he wouldn't have fought me, he'd probably been big in the boxing. I promise you that, because nobody wanted to fight him. So, you know, I was just his nemesis, like he said, but it could have been the other way. All fights was good fights. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy for me that I won. But, you know, he's a good guy, though, man. Real good guy.
That's why you can stand here with a smile.
Hey, but listen, I told him this story last night at dinner. I said, this girl I used to date, we were down in Florida. I came down to play golf with Winky. I came back to the condo. There's like 10 of us in there, me and 9 of her family members. So she said, babe, how'd golf go? And I said, oh, it was good. We had a great time, so on and so forth. She said, well, how'd you do? I said, oh, he got me. I said, the guy can play golf. She said, babe, you got to beat him at something. I'm like, come on now, man. That's why she's not here.
So what's the next competition? What are you taking him on in to finally get this W?
He's getting good in golf now, so we're going to go
Golf?
back and do it again.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Sounds good, man. Love you, Wink.
What a cool moment
That
here.
is so cool. Thanks, Winky.
Cool moments happening all over the place at the Feldman Children's Miracle Celebrity Invitational.
I got to ask you, being a Kronk guy, I got to know Emmanuel a little bit.
Yes.
Great guy. Nobody can say a negative word.
Nope.
You got to think about that guy. Every time I hear the name, whether he wanted to hear it or not, he was synonymous. What do you think would be going through his mind as this renaissance at Kronk happens?
Oh, he's smiling. Emmanuel Stewart is smiling down from heaven right now because he built that legacy. Like you said, when you say Kronk, you think Emmanuel Stewart, you think Tommy Hearns, Jimmy Paul, Milt McCrory. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Emmanuel is smiling from heaven because the Stewart name is going to stay out synonymous with the Kronk, and I think they're going to do a good job in building this gym back. And they've signed 2 young fighters, so I think they're on their way. I'm just proud to be a small piece of it.
Is there a name coming out of that gym that we should be aware of right now?
Hunter Lee is the new gun that everybody's looking for right now.
Okay.
And a good fighter and everything about him. He's personable, talks well, good looking, smile. I told him you
Just
reminded
like
me
you.
of me when I was. There you go, baby. I told him you reminded me of me when I was 20-something years old. Yeah, absolutely.
Just throw him an NSYNC CD, he'll be all right.
And you're good. He'd be like, in who?
Bronco, I see everybody starting to head to those carts, so I don't want to prevent you from getting out there, man. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Stop by the studio anytime. Anytime you guys have a fight you want us to talk about, we'd love to come out and support you guys.
Oh, we'd love to.
It's the city, you're Detroit.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You'll hear about the hole-in-one here probably in about 3 hours.
There you go.
So, all right.
Thank you, Bronco.
Thanks, buddy. Nice
Great to
see
meet you, man. Great to meet you. What a cool event we are having right now. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Spenny, any super chats coming through?
Let me check.
I don't have it up on my phone. Oh.
Yeah, one from Michigander right here. He says, Sean, on Friday, why is it you expect OSU to be the king of the Big Ten again after losing 15 players to the NFL and both coordinators? But when Michigan did it, they can get to 9 wins.
Can I do this, Sean? Does that?
You know what? There's one thing, and the second thing is, I said 10-2 in the playoffs, Michigander. It is one of the strangest. Do you know? Hey, going back to that conversation, Spenny.
Yeah.
I heard it all weekend from. Listen, I want you to think about this, Stick. Michigan, you're going to go 10-2 and make the playoffs, and people are mad.
They were mad.
It's strange, man. Come on, at least give me some credit for that.
Can I take a second here? Bronco McCart, that guy's my hero, dude. What a legend. Like, talk about coolest name I've ever heard.
Bronco,
Second of all, absolute personality for boxing. Like, I could imagine the promos he was cutting were probably electric.
Well, it's crazy that, like, they said that nobody would fight them but each other. Like, how interesting is that?
Winky Wright just happens by.
Just walks by.
How stinking great is that? I mean, just epic battles. But, no, Michigander, do your thing. Money has a lot to do with it, and I don't care what you have a freshman quarterback. I love the freshman quarterback. I've seen the freshman quarterback more than all of you have. Well, probably almost all of you, okay? I've been talking up the freshman quarterback since he was a junior, all right? But he's a freshman quarterback. And as much as I think he will eventually get there, what Michigan is at the beginning of the season, what they might be at the end of the season are 2 different things. So therefore, if you would quit being a little bitch and, like, actually listen to what I said.
Oh.
No, I'm serious.
Hey.
This is you guys.
We had a golf club.
You guys.
Fox 2.
I want you to think about this, okay? You're going to get better as the year goes on. Isn't that the goal?
That is the goal.
It's the playoffs.
Well, especially
you get in
now
the playoffs
with the
and
way.
you're hey, I know a team that lost 2 games last year and
Right.
won a championship.
That's what I was going to say. Especially now, it's no longer if you lose week 1 to Tulsa, your season's over. Now you could lose potentially 3 games, but as long as you're trending up, just like pros, as long as you're trending up at the right time, you're going to be fine. I will counterpoint your Bryce Underwood with this. He may be a freshman, but you got to remember, it's a different game, so he's going up against transfer portal guys. These aren't juniors and seniors that have been living the system for 4 years. It's a junior who couldn't make it at another school and is now trying to fit into a new system too. So there's a learning curve for all these athletes now. That's one of the adjustments with the new college game.
I think so, but you're a freshman. And freshman kids are going to do freshman things, just like rookies are going to do rookie things.
I don't know.
It's
Bryce
how
is
many
different,
you
man.
see.
Bryce is different.
It's how many you see that is the huge factor. But Michigander, again, no disrespect and no disrespect. You'll know when I'm taking a shot. I'm pleading to you from a logical standpoint. How is 10-2 getting better as the season progresses and playoffs a bad thing? Because I'm going to tell you again, there was a team that lost 2 games last year and went and won the championship.
I think that's just part of, like listen, I always point out, I don't have a dog in the fight, the Michigan State fight. Michigan thinks very highly of itself.
No.
It has thought very highly of itself for a very long time.
No.
Some of that is warranted. Other of that is delusion. And as somebody who sits on the fence, I'm able to call it as I see it, right? But say what you want. Michigan did win a national championship 2 years ago.
100%.
They should have elevated expectations for what's coming in this year.
And that to see, but this is where I will stop you and stop everybody else. The way we thought about college football, we have to unthink it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What matters is in the
year-to-year
playoff.
thing. Yeah.
It is. That's what matters. What are you going to do in the playoffs? And for me, I wouldn't mind being a 10-2 team who gets better as the year goes on, whose freshman quarterback by the end of the year really isn't a freshman quarterback anymore because he's gotten, integral reps and everything. I would like to be that team that people are going, ooh, man, look out for Michigan come playoff time. And I think that's what they could be. So, again, Michigander, everybody else out there, the one guy who was really having issues, I forget who it was on Friday.
Who it was, yeah.
You guys, stop. 10-2 going into the playoffs. Your freshman isn't a freshman anymore.
Craig.
Pretty good, Craig. Yeah. That's a pretty good season, isn't it?
And real quick, shout out to TJ Lang. My dog pulled up, dapped him up. TJ's a good guy. And I'm probably going to butcher this name. Amartya Tawari in the Woodward Sports chat says, who we got playing golf today from Woodward?
Oh.
So who's that? Is Neil Rule and Braylon?
No, I don't know if Braylon's out. I don't know if Braylon's at something different today. I know it's Neil Rule. He's playing with Tim and a couple of our sponsors.
I was going to say, I got my clubs in the trunk, if we need. I was striping
Listen,
them
if you
yesterday.
get to play in this golf outing before I do, I'm going to be so pissed. Like, Joey played in the golf outing last year. Joey doesn't even golf.
Yeah.
Like,
it's fair. It's fair. I was striping my 5-iron yesterday. It was pretty nasty.
You're feeling it? You're still feeling it?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Where were you playing, Svenny?
I played at Sanctuary Lake yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Always a good day to have a nice round of golf.
Beautiful.
Let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. We got more from the big Feldman Automotive Children's Miracle Celebrity Invitational. Mark Wahlberg is here. Joey interviewed him. We got a ton of celebrities, tons of sports people walking around. Interactions happening all over the place. That's what you love to see. The sports legends interacting with each other. Woohoo! Oh, hold on. Before we go
to break.
Here we go. Here. The golf cart interview. Oh, is that up? There we go. Hold on.
All right,
How you doing?
There we go. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, you guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With your support, think about all the additional people we get to reach, right?
Yep.
And everybody gets a shot at contributing. And everybody deserves the feeling that comes with giving and supporting people in need. Thank you, guys. God bless you guys.
Appreciate you, Jim. Nice
That
to
is
see you
Jim
again.
Wahlberg, everybody. Jim Wahlberg. Obviously the boss of the Wahlberg family coming through. It's and Joey's hopping in the car with him. You guys have fun. We'll be right back.
And if you're on the golf course and you're trying to have a good time, all you got to do is get some buzzins from Loom. I'm telling you, these things are electric. 7.5 milligrams per can. Perfect for the golf course. Turn up. WSN 30 to get 30% off your order at Loom. Go to Loom.com. Loom.com to find locations near you. It is Buzz and Long Drink and Loom Cannabis.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Feldman Chevrolet still has tariff-free inventory, so we're extending the Memorial Day sale. That means it's your last chance to get tariff-free pricing on your new Chevy. Get this 2025 Silverado for only $199 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for just $259 a month. But hurry, these low prices won't last. Don't miss your last chance to save big. The Memorial Day sale has been extended at Feldman Chevrolet. Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Hey, if you're looking to get into that new ride, you know there's only one place to go. That is Feldman, and they got every single brand that you want. You want to help good people in the community? Look around. They're helping sick kids. They're putting together all these athletes, raising over $1 million. There goes Bruce Bowen right there. Stole a championship from us in 05, but that's all right.
Oh, come on, Bruce.
We love you.
Bruce. It hurts.
Come on, Bruce.
We love it. It's all right, you know. It's all love out here. Even if you did rip a championship from us in 05.
He did hurt
us. It's okay. Even if you were hitting the defensive corner three all the time and locking them down. It's all right. You would have made a great Piston, Bruce. You would have made a great Piston.
If Bronco and Winky can be friends, I think we can forgive.
But Robert
Bruce,
Horry
but it
will
hurts.
never be friends.
We'll never forgive Robert Horry.
We'll never be friends.
Oh, I thought he was here. I was about to square up.
Be a big shot, Bob. But no, it's a great event here. Everybody's heading out. Tee time is at noon, so everybody's heading to their respective tees. Like Bronco said, he's going to hit a hole in one today.
Yeah,
so
he did.
We'll be hearing about that coming up in about 2 hours. But what a cool event here. I mean, all these professional athletes. Micah Hyde is here. Kelvin Johnson. I haven't seen Kelvin yet. Usually we see Kelvin.
Justin just got an interview with Kelvin.
Oh, Justin did? Okay. Excellent. I saw Ron Harper pass by. Pepper Johnson is here. Danny Cannell is here. Eddie George is here.
Shout out.
Marshall Falk is here. Lomas Brown. We talked to Kenny Anderson.
Shout out Uncle Lo. That's my guy.
Oh, a little
I know Lo a little bit.
You know Lo. Yeah, you might know Lomas a little bit there, Sean.
We worked together, I think, at some point in time.
Yeah, Buddha is here, and then Gosler chairless. I could go on and on and on. John Barry. Has there been a John Barry sighting? Because speaking of stealing from 04, I mean, John Barry was a massive part of helping build that going to work.
Shane
Piston
Victorino's
team.
here, the Flying Hawaiian.
Nice.
Okay. And Gary Sheffield.
Gary Sheffield, a former Tiger. I was so happy when they signed Sheffield.
Sheffield's a goat. One of the best. If I have practiced a batting stance more in my life than Gary Sheffield's.
Did you slap?
Oh, yeah.
Like, snap it.
Snap, dude. Him and Kevin Euclid used to be the ones.
Good luck, man.
There you go, Rocky. Dude. Bronco McCart is the coolest name I've ever heard. I swear.
Yeah.
Well, he had no choice but to grow up and be
a
someone's
star.
ass.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if your name's Bronco, you're either in the rodeo or you're fighting in the boxing ring.
Yep.
You have two options.
Monroe guy, right? Wasn't he? I think he's from the Monroe area. So he's one of us, no doubt about it.
One of us.
Gobble gobble, one of us.
It is going to be a fun day out there. This is going to be a fun spring. And you know what? When we were talking about the teams earlier, Michigan's a playoff team. They got a chance when things start. That's why I'm like.
So you really want to talk about Michigan today?
No, people got mad at me on Friday. Now again, I'm going to 10-2. You're going to be a playoff team. You're going to be a team that gets better as the year goes on. You're in a championship conversation. Somehow people got mad at that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was one of the strangest conversations.
Listen,
you'll know when I'm trolling you. You will. You'll know.
One thing I learned is that when people are passionate about things, even just not complimenting them over the top becomes an insult. Like Spenny and Cade Cunningham. Even if I say Cade's going to be good, he's not great yet. It's like, that's my friend.
Well,
you insulted my friend.
That's just incorrect. I mean, he's a top 15 player in the NBA.
That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion. He made an All-NBA team. That means you're one of the 15.
What All-NBA team?
Third.
Yeah,
it means you're one of the 15 best players in the NBA. So it's not an opinion.
That means he barely made the All-NBA team, right? You want to be number one, right?
What? Yeah, you would like to.
Yeah.
Does that not make him one of the 15 best players in the NBA, though?
It makes him one of the 3 best point guards. Okay. That doesn't mean you're one of the 15 best players. Because they do it by position, right?
No, it's positionless now.
It's positionless now?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look that up.
It's forwards and guards.
I'm going to need the chat to check you on that. Sean was talking Michigan Panthers, not Wolverines.
It's true.
Shout out to Dante151 in the chat.
No, I mean, they're in the conversation, so it's a good place to be. And you know what? This is where I say again, we're going to have misery like this all year. We are. Just get used to it. We better start. If you're one of those people that you're touchy, this is going to be one of those years around here, I think, not only with our football team stick, our national football team, but certainly some college situations as well. It's going to be a touchy summer and into the fall.
But you know what that means?
It's a good thing when the expectations are.
I was going to say, we have expectations, which means we have good teams in place.
Yep.
Now we can talk about Michigan State. What are your expectations for Michigan
Shout out the
State?
man himself right there driving by.
Hey, Mark
Maybe.
Wahlberg, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe a bowl game. Maybe.
7-5 for Michigan State. Is that what you're getting?
I can't find 6, man. I wish I could lie to you.
I
wish I could lie.
I'm a little encouraged by their new the new guy that they hired to oversee everything.
Yeah. That's not going to come in anytime. That's not going to be this year, though.
Nope.
They did make some good moves in the transfer portal.
You'd be surprised how much money that guy can raise real quick with a Matt Ishbia.
Yeah, but I think it's a little too late for anything to really impact this year.
Yeah, once we.
But they did make some good moves in the transfer portal. They got a couple receivers who average over 17 yards per reception. They got a bunch of Samoan dudes. They got like 4 or 5 like Samoan Pacific Islander. You got some dogs in there.
I see. Here's one thing.
And Aiden Childs has more weapons than just Nick Marsh now.
You know what? I don't want to hear the Aiden Childs talk until we see more of it.
Yep.
Like that drove me nuts last year. Michigan State fans, we were just talking about this with Michigan fans. A lot of Michigan State fans just would not see what was staring them in the face.
Yeah.
He wasn't good. Like that's it. Like,
he lost you multiple games.
That doesn't mean that he can't get better, but you're going to have to excuse me and have me wait until he gets better.
Yep.
I'm not just going to take that leap of faith now. And this is where I draw the line, too, in now new college football. Well, how can you bash on a kid like that? Hey, all bets are off when you're making $800,000 a year, man.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well,
Don't know what to tell you.
Michigan State did pull 2 kids out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Jaden Savory, which is one of the best tight end prospects in the state, and the running back Williams, who put on, I think he had 4 touchdowns in the state championship game. So they're going to winning programs in high school, local, and bringing those kids up. So
I just think it's a big not yet with Michigan State. I hope this is the year. You know, I made the joke. It's not really a joke, but I think I told you guys a couple of years ago. My daughter's starting her junior year. I made a promise when she went to school. I'll take every bowl game they go to. Every bowl game they go to, we're going. That's our vacation.
Haven't been to one in a couple of years.
Haven't been to one. So maybe she's trying to save me some money?
I was going to say, was that like a strategic promise? Hey, honey.
One might think, but no, are you kidding me? And that's where I'm at. You go 6-6 this year, Stick. I'm sorry. We're back to that, whether we want to admit it or not, Spenny.
Yeah.
Remember we graduated from that, 10 years ago. Just making a bowl game actually means something again. So I don't care.
Yeah, they're poverty right now.
I don't care if it's 100%. It is. It's poverty. I don't care if it's a pinstripe bowl. We're going.
Yep.
We'll spend between Christmas and New Year in New York.
I want Michigan State to be good. I love it. Like I said, I sit on the fence. So when Michigan State is good and Michigan's good and I get to watch both fan bases go insane on each other, it's one of my favorite times to be alive.
Hate week is awesome.
It's the way it should be. That's what a rivalry is, right? But a rivalry has to be where you don't know who's going to win going in.
I think, I was one of those guys. I used to say this all the time, and of course Michigan fans thought I was trolling. In that long down period for Michigan where Michigan State really had their number, so many of those years, Stick, I would say this to my friends, and they go, what are you, nuts? I missed it when Michigan was good.
Yeah.
It meant more in Harbaugh's first year. It did. It meant more in 2021 because you had
the trouble with the snap game?
Yeah.
That was the perfect rivalry game.
I was at that game.
It was the perfect rivalry. Jalen Watts Jackson out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, by the way.
I was in the corner of the end zone where they returned the touchdown to.
Oh,
because
my God.
It was my cousin. It was a student at Michigan at the time, and he gave me his tickets, and me and my friend went. And it's like Michigan fans were lining up to storm the field.
Yeah.
Like they were ready to go out. Because that would have been the first time they beat State in
It was poetry.
4 or 5 years.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it was poetry. Watching Michigan State be such a dominant team, going to Big Ten championships, representing in the national college playoffs, and then Michigan gets the splash with Harbaugh. You could tell the program's going to trend up eventually because they finally got a good coach in there. And Michigan State just wouldn't give up the crown.
Yep.
Not that game, not that day. And I was at home. I started the day off. Joey and I were actually in Michigan, in Ann Arbor for that game. Then I left because I didn't have tickets. I drove home and watched the end of the game on my couch. And just watching it, to me, it was just like magic. Like the champion was not ready to give up their crown just yet.
The K-9 year.
Yeah.
Right, 2021. Those were 2 damn good teams.
Undefeated.
I'm serious. I want a better Michigan. I do. It means
it's
more.
Good for the rivalry.
When you go pound Brady Hoke a couple times.
Bronco
when you
needs
beat
a
Rich
Winky.
I think that's fair. I think that.
Yeah, it's better when
Katie
both
Couric.
programs are better, and now Michigan State has to get up to that level. Michigan State has to improve, and I'm not going as a Michigan State alumni, as a Spartan fan, I'm not going to accept another year without making a bowl game. If you don't make a bowl game this year, I think Jonathan Smith should be fired. I'm sorry, it's what happens. I know he was brought in here to build this program
With
from
the
the
new
bottom
AD,
up.
though, he
new
probably
AD,
on the way out
you got a
anyways.
real short leash,
Yeah.
and if you're back-to-back years without making a bowl game, I'm not saying the playoffs. I'm saying a bowl game. You got to go. You have to. It's Michigan State. We're not Akron.
Especially at the beginning of the schedule, that's where, I think they'll feast, although the BC game, I still have flashbacks to last year.
Yeah.
But down the stretch, that's where, I'm not lying, Spenny, I sit back and go, are there 2 wins there? I think it's a legitimate question. I don't know if there are, Stick. I would like to think 6-6, but I'm never going to be that guy that does a backflip over 6-6, especially with the way schedules are today. I'll say to you, Michigan was brilliant to have put the schedule out there that they did. That's brilliant.
Yep.
Every team should do that.
Nice self-bleep, dude.
Yeah, I caught myself.
That was impressive.
You always scare me when you throw that Fox 2 stuff
I just
out
do
there,
it
so
for.
Not on this stream. We're good.
No, but that's every team. If your athletic director has half a brain rattling around in his head, you don't need to play those marquee games anymore. You just don't.
No.
So that Michigan will get in with 10-2. They'll be a dangerous team, and I hope I'm at the Pinstripe Bowl, Spenny.
I hope so.
Or Duke's
When
Mayo
does
or whatever.
Michigan State play this year?
The 20th, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's the 20th.
Yeah.
Okay. God, that Halloween game.
That was awesome.
Man, because we broadcast, I believe it was from the Jolly Pumpkin up there for the pregame show. Me and Anson got up there at like 7 a.m.
25th?
Yeah.
At 7 a.m., there were drunk kids in costume just roaming the streets.
Absolutely.
Looking amazing.
I
Michigan
remember-
State was so ready, and that was the Kenneth Walker game where he ran for 5 touches.
Yeah, I remember one year, I think it was my junior year or my sophomore year at Michigan State. It was Michigan State on Halloween. Michigan State won. It was at home, too. It was the most people I've ever seen in East Lansing in my life.
It was great.
It was insane, dude.
Parking sucked, but it was great.
Yep, that parking sucked.
Yeah.
It is such and going to having the opportunity to see a game October 25th, having an opportunity to go to see a game at
Hey,
both
there's
venues.
John Barry right there.
There's nothing
John
like
Barry,
it.
the
John
alternators.
Barry.
Shout out John
The
Barry.
alternators, baby. This guy helped build the championship. We wouldn't be there without John Barry.
I would highly suggest going to see a game in East Lansing, going to see a game in Ann Arbor. That's where I draw the line. I tell people all the time, Stick, unless you are going to Ohio State in packs, don't go. And I'm not being funny.
Yeah.
And there are Buckeye fans that will go, he's right. If you're going in packs, you're okay. If it's just like, Spenny, let's make a day trip down to, you're begging for it. You
Yeah.
are. You're begging for it. So at Michigan State, you're not going to get
It's
too much
not
of
like that. I remember other radio hosts in this city were trying to fearmonger last year. They're, just don't show up. Just don't go if you're
remember that.
You're not going to get attacked if you're a Michigan fan in East Lansing. It's not going to happen. If you're acting like an asshole and you're talking
Danny
shit,
Cannell.
someone's going to find you. But if you're just going there to enjoy the game and go home, nothing's going to happen.
No, not at all. It's a good experience.
Yeah.
Now, I love going to Ohio State. It's one of the coolest game day experiences. Their fans are unbelievable, but I'm serious when I tell you this. If you plan to go down there sometime, you better go in a pack.
Yeah.
You are begging for trouble.
It's because it's Ohio. They have nothing else to do. It's just a terrible place full of terrible people.
You're begging for
It's like the celebrity row going by right now.
Shout out.
This is a parade.
I saw Jay Rose up there.
Was that Jalen? I didn't think that was Jalen Rose.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see him yet. But, man, everybody's rolling by on their golf carts. I wish we could have talked to John Barry. I would really love to talk to John Barry because I feel like where the Pistons are now is where the Pistons were when John Barry was on the team, right? He was coming off the bench. He was that energy guy. He was the guy diving after balls. Like, he was Mr. Everything for us back in the day, and I loved those Pistons team. I fell in love with that growth process.
It made me
him and Chucky Atkins as our secondary guards coming off the bench.
It made me fall in love again.
Yeah.
Because there was for years there was really no reason to watch them, and they were exciting teams. They were a team where I'll say a lot like right now, Stick. Anybody that thought that team was going to win a championship, you were nuts in your head, but that didn't keep you from getting all fired up about them and knowing Hey, all of a sudden, we're really competing out here, man.
Oh, there goes Neil Rule, ladies and gentlemen.
Shout
this
out
is
Neil
Celebrity
Rule.
Road.
Whoa.
Neil Rule on
Wow.
the way out.
And Tim McCullough.
Tim McCullough,
oh
my
my
gosh.
The real
Bloom's in the
celebrities
house.
pulling through.
This is great.
This is awesome.
We got to get a camera over there.
I was going to say, I wish we could flip the camera around and you guys could see this. This is pretty cool.
Here, I'll turn your camera,
some of
Sean.
yeah, you can do that.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Is that good, Svetty? Hey, there he is.
Oh, yeah.
Guys are just rolling by, whether it be actors.
Athletes. There he is.
Athletes.
World champion right there. Do not mess with that man.
No, sir. No, sir.
It's sweet to watch all these people go by. They got Kenny Anderson,
There's
Lomas
Winky,
Brown,
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Kevin Chapman. We
Where's
just saw
Lo?
John Barry roll by.
I didn't see Logo by yet.
Otis Birdsong is here. Is that Calvin?
Is that Calvin?
It looked like Calvin. It looked just like Calvin.
It was.
That dude looked just like Calvin.
It was.
There he is.
There he is.
No,
That
he
wasn't
talked to us.
Calvin. I thought for sure it was. And he's going, no. That's great.
Yeah, that was Irving Fryer. He talked to us last year. Irving Fryer's a great inspirational speaker as well.
Man, did he turn into once he got
Oh, is
his...
that Brad Galley? And there's Brad
There's
Galley
Brad
over
Galley
there.
over
Brad
there.
Galley.
My
Hi, Brad.
God. They brought out all the stars
Shout
today.
out Brad Galley.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, once Irvin Fryer got back on track, people don't understand. That dude was a mean wide receiver, man.
Dude, Irvin Fryer's arms are bigger than my legs. Like, that guy is a house, and he's like 50, 60 years old.
Tommy Hearns is in the house somewhere. That's right.
The Hitman.
Yeah.
Talk to Kronk, Jim. Like, that's all we're doing today. I mean, that's casual sports talk, but not for casuals today, because that's what we're doing here at the Detroit Golf Club. Beautiful event. Joey gets
fun
us
day.
involved every year with the Feldman
Thank you,
Automotive
Joey, for everything
Shout
you
out
do.
Miracles Celebrity Invitational benefiting Corewell Health, Mark Wahlberg Youth Foundation, and so many other great sponsors
And
are here as well.
It was awesome to see Joey work. Like we had, we had our guy Justin over there trying to get an interview. A bunch of the interns with him standing outside of the gate while Mark Wahlberg and Jay Feldman were doing interviews. Joey just kicked the door in, walked in there. He's like, "Hey, let's do the interview." Man's a legend. He knows everybody too. He's shaking everybody's hands on the way down there.
Yeah,
Joey's
this
a
is
godfather.
the Joey Namath International Golf Outing.
Yeah, honestly.
No, Joey does a great job, always shaking hands and just being the mayor.
And it's funny, because we say this all the time. We all get cars from Feldman. You got a car. You're getting your car
I'm
next
going
week,
to this
right?
week, yeah.
I got my daughter's car from there. Neil gets his car from
Flannel
there.
got his car from there.
And Flannel, good people who are doing great things, man. It's really simple.
So I contacted Feldman because I saw the car online that I wanted it. So I just contacted the dealership organically, and the sales guy's like, "All right, let's set up. Come in on Monday. You can see the car." And I'm like, "Cool." So he texts me today. He's like, "Hey, can't wait to see you after." I'm like, "Oh, sweet. I'm actually at a Feldman outing right now." And I sent him a picture with Jay Feldman. He's like, "You're with Jay?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "You better not screw me on this deal."
Hell yeah.
So I'm
got
using
Jay
all
on
the
speed
leverage
dial.
I can.
I got him on speed dial, man. That's the way
It's
it
a
is.
$38,000 car. I'm thinking with some pull, I could probably get him down to like 33. I don't know, maybe 35. Like I haven't
It's
bought
like Ocean's 11.
I haven't bought a car in 10 years. Like, I'm the type of guy who car dealerships hate because I'll go in, I'll buy my car, and you won't see me again for a decade when I show up with 300,000.
There's something to be said about
that's how I
comfort,
roll.
man. When you get a car you love, roll with it. You know?
Honestly, like 5 years into having my car now, I just felt like it was finally it was comfortable. It was my car. But now, I'm 210,000 miles in. It's starting to clickety-clack a little bit, needs new tires. It's like, all right, I either got to put $4,000 in to get it right again, or I could go get a new car and swallow a payment for a couple years. So
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my
You're
other
making
car
the
as
right
a work
decision.
truck for the bounce houses,
Yeah.
towing that stuff.
You're
but
making the right decision.
My Jeep?
Oh, you're keeping the Jeep?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Keep my Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
You got to keep my Jeep.
Now
So,
we're this. I don't care what anybody says. I think this is a special
Joe!
time. And you
World
have
famous photographer Joe.
Shout out.
Listen, you have to include Michigan football in this. When we're talking about the top of the heap in this area,
They won a natty.
it's the Detroit Lions right now. In no particular order, the Detroit Lions, Detroit Tigers, and Michigan football.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only ones that I think heading into their season could sit back and go, we got a legitimate shot. And of course, if I
You
want
wanna
to
talk
throw
about
Michigan
Spartan
style
hockey? Yeah.
you know that.
Nobody
If I
wants
could
to
throw
talk about
Michigan-
that, though.
I can throw that in there. No problem at all. But those are nice conversations to be in, man. That's where we're at.
Is the Stanley Cup playoffs still going on?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What's it at?
It's 1-1, and it was two of
All
the
right,
best hockey games.
That's enough hockey talk.
Two of the best hockey games I've seen in a long time.
That's enough.
All right, can I bring
That's
this
enough
up
hockey
because I
talk.
almost wish Neil was here because I know Neil and I know what a weasel he is, and he always
Neil should be sending in videos too. By the way,
am I lying? He always has to do like when he's doing his business, 4 downs. Noticed how he had to bring up last week. NHL ratings are at a low since 2008.
Oh yeah.
Who cares?
Neil, did you happen to see those Game 1 NBA ratings?
Yeah.
The lowest since, 2008?
Which
Or
would still
2000?
be the
Even
highest
before
hockey
NHL.
ever, though.
100%. But at the end of the day,
NBA's worst is the hockey's best.
Can I tell you this though? See, we know what we are.
Yep.
I know. And I don't. Brad Galley, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you imagine if the Habs were in the Cup final?
Soon, 2 years.
Oh my gosh,
Remember,
the ratings.
2 years. 2 years. Remember, I
There
said
you go.
that. Okay, Brad?
Turn him on.
He's the man.
Oh, there
He's
you
the
go.
man.
Sorry, Brad. What did you just say?
I said, could you imagine if Sean's Habs were in the final?
Oh my God, Habs man would be here right now.
And a true hockey guy. Cup final, right? There's no S. Cup final.
No, Cup final. That's exactly
Stanley Cup
it.
final. It's not the NHL finals.
That's why this
It's not
guy's a
the NHL
professional
playoffs.
broadcast, and we're in the
Stanley
slums.
Cup.
Yeah, as they
Final.
would say in Montreal, de la Coupe Stanley.
See?
This
Wow.
has been
We'll co-host.
This has been a fantastic final. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
We were just, because I know non-hockey fans like to pound. People don't know he's hockey elite. He's not going to say
Elite?
it. You're hockey elite. You are hockey elite.
I love it. I love
Okay.
the game.
You're a hockey
Hasn't
guy
this-
like that, Brad?
Yeah.
Did you play in high school? Did you play at
I
Rice?
wanted to. I played roller hockey growing up.
Okay.
And thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to Brother Ice. I'm going to try out for the ice hockey team. I'm going to make this. My dream's going to come true. I'm going to play for the Wings. I went out for the first day of tryouts. Didn't know how to stop because you stop differently in roller hockey. The coach goes, appreciate you being here. We do not need you to come out tomorrow.
What's that coach's name, and where is he today?
He's a smart guy. He made a great decision that day. And wherever he is, he's probably be thriving.
I was going to say, I'll go find him.
I think I know his name, and I think he won a few championships
you're right.
as well.
Yes,
too.
sir.
So great series so far, though, hasn't it?
Phenomenal. I saw the overhead view of the first Game 1 overtime winner. Somebody slowed it down. It popped up on TikTok just to see the different passes that, like, Nugent Hopkins turned his body off the back. Bouchard comes up, throws it off the back of the glass. I mean, just the precision that these two teams play with. I love some of the guys that the Wings have, but boy, does it show you how far away they are right now.
Couldn't agree more.
And that's why, how often do you get the two best teams? Like, this is undoubtedly the two best teams in hockey
I don't
going
know.
at
You
it.
could argue Colorado's right there.
Yeah.
Dallas is annoying because they rebuild on the fly every 3-4 years, and they're right there too. There are a lot of really good teams that could have made it. Not to just completely poo-poo you, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's elite hockey, top 6-8 teams in the league right now.
And this is a problem with the Wings, going back to the Wings, because I couldn't agree more. Right now, they're a good team. They got a lot of good parts. The problem is in the Atlantic Division, you have Florida. You still have Tampa, who won't die.
No.
They will not
No,
die,
no.
Brad. You have Montreal moving up. You've got Ottawa. You've got Toronto. It sucks the Wings are in this division right now. This is a bad time to be in
Who
the
are you
Atlantic
going to
Division.
jump?
Right?
We've asked that question for 3 years.
Yep.
Hopefully Toronto blows it up and they can't recoup.
I
but-
think
might
Stick
happen.
fell
Yeah.
asleep. So
Did he? Sorry.
Yeah. He's
How
I just
about that
torpedoed.
I was
McDavid assist, though? That was one of the nastiest plays I've ever seen.
Are you not a McDavid guy?
Oh, he's unbelievable. He's next level. That's why I went like that. He's right now.
out of the
No,
next.
honestly, I'm serious. It's not very often that you can look at a league right now and say, undoubtedly, you know who the best player is. I can say that about Connor McDavid, and I won't lose any sleep over it.
You know what mirrors the 97-98 run on the Wings, though? Florida going and getting Matthew Tkachuk, to me, at the time, was the Wings going out and getting Brendan Shanahan.
Shanahan.
Yeah.
And they didn't. I mean, Florida was a really good team. Train Trocheck to go do that, turned a few heads, but that's the guy. And if they go back-to-back after doing it, whoa.
Yeah.
3
Whoa.
finals in a row. I mean, you
Come
keep
on.
waiting for them to run out of gas, and it's just not happening right
don't.
now.
Is it gross that I like Marchand on the Panthers now? Like, he
Yes.
fits the rat
Nope,
and rat.
it is. It's gross.
still gross.
Yep,
Okay,
still gross.
All right, that's. I mean,
I'm joking.
I just hate Boston so much.
He fits in perfectly, and it's
Yeah,
so
he
annoying.
really
God,
does.
I want to love hockey again. I want the Red Wings to be good so I can care as much as you guys. Because this is how I feel when I'm talking about any other sport. But the Red Wings are the team that gets me invested into hockey.
Yeah.
You know, back when they were winning championships,
All
I
the
could name
car
every
flags.
line, all
No,
that stuff.
this
But
town.
yeah,
I got
but
mine in my
it's
trunk
just been
still, just
so
waiting
far
for
in
it.
the rear view. I can't have this type of in-depth conversation because I'm I'm a casual hockey fan.
Doing radio shows until 6 o'clock in the morning, two different times.
Oh,
do you know how fun that was?
Taking phone calls with people leaving Joe.
I was doing a post game show on a television station at the time, and we were on till like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was so much on TV. You know that stuff doesn't happen, Brad. So it was what a blast.
I can tell you a story about that, but I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Thank you, Brad.
Hey,
Callie.
thanks for stopping by, dude. Great to
Always
see
a
you.
pleasure. Yeah, thank you, man.
Good dude.
And as always, if we steal your content, it's these guys over here.
Right there. See, you brought him back.
It's these guys. Look at Spenny's face.
Stick through him right under the bus. Just not even a second thought.
Well,
That was
listen,
great.
man, I feel bad. Brad does an incril job
He's
around
so
this
good.
city.
He's so good.
When we
He's a
started
good dude,
Woodward
too.
Sports, Joey and I were driving around Ann Arbor. He was doing a report. He shouted us out on Channel 4 and all that stuff. And it was really nice of him. And then every once in a while, we hire in new interns, new social people. And next thing you know, there's a clip up that Brad worked his ass off on, and we didn't properly tag him, and that's our fault.
Yep.
That's not something. So when I see those people, I at least want to express to them that, hey, we're not trying to be dicks, just sometimes we're going too fast.
Yeah, and that shit gets me because I'm not a journalist. I'm not going to consider myself a journalist now, but I was. Like, in a past life, I was. It was my degree. And so, yeah, the crediting stuff. I know how hard those guys work, and Brad's one of the best in the city at it. So.
Yeah, well, look, you see Brad setting up over here now for his next shot and the story that he's putting together today with the interview he did. Like, that guy's a professional.
Yep.
We're schlubs, right?
Schlubs.
We come out here, we talk to people, we have a good time because we're facilitators, really.
Yes.
Brad's a great storyteller, so I like messing with him. I apologize every time I see him. I'm like, sorry, we stole your.
Yeah.
But he deserves the credit.
Brad's the man. Like you said, fantastic at what he does. One of the best in the city, no doubt.
All right, let's take a break here. Spenny, tell them about either Loom or Mad Packs.
I will tell them about Mad Packs because Mad Packs are in stores now. Go to getmadpacks.com and you can get anything you want. If you're just a regular flower guy, they've got that too. They've got the THCA Moon Rocks, the infused high-low pre-rolls, and the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas. It's Mad Packs. Get with them now. Getmadpacks.com to find out where you can find a store near you.
Feldman Chevrolet still has tariff-free inventory, so we're extending the Memorial Day sale. That means it's your last chance to get tariff-free pricing on your new Chevy. Get this 2025 Silverado for only $199 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for just $259 a month. But hurry, these low prices won't last. Don't miss your last chance to save big. The Memorial Day sale has been extended at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at McShane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Van Johnson.
Feldman Chevrolet, they got spots all over Metro. Joey, did you call about that car I wanted? Did you hook it up? I sent the dude a picture of. They sold it so damn fast. No, the guy texted me this morning that he still had it. I sent him a picture of me and Jay Feldman. I was like, you better hook it up.
Did you really send one?
How funny is that? Yeah.
Jay told me I get 50% off on this vehicle.
Oh, dude, I thought you were legit. 50% off? That'd be amazing. I go buy that thing right now.
You know, this is the beauty of this event, right? Speaking of Feldman, and I was talking to him and Mark Wahlberg, no big deal, but the thing about it is, you look at this event and you look at all the people that they bring out, that just shows you that Feldman is just different.
You got it. It's a reason why, like, so many of us got a car there, man. You know, I mean, nobody's our spot. I got my little girl's first car. That we got it in Feldman, man. There's a reason why people go back, and they're doing so many things in the community, Joe. That's a cool thing.
Yeah, and so events like this, like these celebrities are coming out here because Jay Feldman has probably done something for them at one point or felt moved by the organizations that they're associated with. So that's what it's all about.
There's the man, the myth, the legend right there.
Oh, yeah, he is. Good old days. How are you, my friend?
So we are live right now
I'm
at
a
the
big
Feldman
deal. Everybody
Automotive
just comes and
Children's
says what up
Miracle
to me.
Celebrity Invitation.
Hey, how you doing?
Joey says
I know
hi
you
to
didn't say hi to
everybody.
me, but yeah, hi.
Joey out here like Petey Pablo, handing out towels.
Don't even got to say my name. She already knew it. I'm just kidding.
Joey knows everybody.
She thought I was Spencer.
Hey.
She thought I was Spencer Raxter. Well, Joey, thanks for having us out here.
Seriously, Joe.
Somebody text Neil Rule and tell him to send us a damn video from the course, please.
Yeah.
We got 30 minutes left in the show here. We're at the Detroit Golf Club. Sean, two things before we get into this next segment.
Yeah.
One, did you try the bacon?
I may have had a few slices.
Best bacon on
That's
like
phenomenal.
It depends on how you like your bacon. You know, some people like it crispy, some people like it a little. This is like the perfect chew bacon.
It was right in between for me.
Yep,
it was
it's
right
like
in
that
between.
chewy. It's got the sweetness. The best bacon. I look forward to it every single year. The bacon that this place puts out.
The sausage links,
The
too.
sausage links.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to give me a sausage link,
That's-
don't give me
no.
that little white
Yeah, no, they
wiener
got-
stuff.
they got
I'm
some
talking
girth
about
to
the
them.
big
Girth.
girth.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I want to gag on that.
I like my links girthy.
I like my links. And number two, I see you're rocking the Livonia Stevenson gear today.
Yes.
Fun fact: my mom, first ever graduating class from Livonia Stevenson.
I never knew that.
1969.
Yeah, I never knew that.
First graduating
Wow,
class.
I never knew that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So shout out.
Shout out.
Got some Livonia Stevenson. And Livonia Bentley is where I scored my first Little League touchdown for the Walled Lake Braves.
No Shout out. kidding, yeah?
We used to play in the Livonia Junior Football League.
Bentley closed in '85. Can't believe it's been 40 years.
Yeah, but they were still open. Like they still
Oh
played
yeah,
Little
yeah,
League
the
games
community
there and
center.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they turned it into a community center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's there were 4 major high schools in Livonia. I mean, it's a long time ago now, but yeah, this is great though. This is fantastic. You know, I always like events like this because you see smiles everywhere. I'm not trying to be cheesy, but you just see people smiling. I think the people behind us in the bar cabana are smiling maybe for a different reason, but you know what? They're smiles nonetheless. And I'm smiling over this stuff. I'm going to say it again. This buzzing stuff,
it's money.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's just, I understand there's some pros out there, but for we amateurs, you give me 7.5, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm buzzing.
I'm cool. Where's that bacon?
Yeah, and if you want, go get these buzzins at Loom. They're delicious. You can pick them up. Is it 6-pack? How do they sell them, Brady? 6-packs? They sell them in 6-packs? All right. Go get yourself
Too bad
and solos.
There are no more underneath the table. I don't know if you guys knew that, or at least there'll be no more in about 34 minutes. I'm going to be running out of here like a thief, one of those looters in L.A. with just everything in my arms, man.
So people asking about some Lions news in the chat.
Yes.
I got some inside people inside Allen Park, right? This name has kind of been a lightning rod for people. His name is Hendon Hooker. From my understanding and by all reports, Hendon Hooker is playing his way out of the number 2 quarterback position, and Kyle Allen has slowly developed into what's going to be the backup quarterback position for the Detroit Lions. You could say this is breaking news. I haven't seen anybody else report it, but I got people telling me stuff. If that is true, Hendon Hooker is arguably the worst pick of Brad Holmes' genre and era here in Detroit. You spend a number 3 overall pick on a guy that just can't get it done. He was hurt. He was a potential Heisman candidate. He elevated Tennessee. He had the strong arm. But what you're seeing is it has nothing to do with the physical. It has nothing to do with the ACL or whatever he tore. It has everything to do with what's between the ears and him not being able to pull the trigger quick enough. And now Hendon Hooker went from a third-round pick, which could have potentially taken over this franchise had Goff not become the new version of Jared Goff that we received here in Detroit, to now third string and out the door.
And a lot of people, I'm raising my hand, I liked the pick. I liked Hendon Hooker. I'm telling you point blank, you can talk about it after the fact. As a Heisman voter, I would have voted for him up until the injury.
Yeah.
I thought he was the clubhouse leader. And a lot of it was what he was doing at a place that hadn't made a lot of noise in a long time. The fact that he kind of led that renaissance at Tennessee.
I love players that do that, but I like Jalen Hyatt, too, as wide receiver in college. The Giants took him. He hasn't done shit, but I liked him in college.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I always target is players that go to mediocre programs and elevate them to greatness.
Yeah, I think when you talk about bringing a brand back, because Tennessee was a brand for a long time, he helped bring a brand back. Hey, listen, Stick, that doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't. He hasn't shown much.
You saw it last year. They brought in Teddy Bridgewater off the street. He was coaching high school, and they brought him into the playoffs because they weren't comfortable with Hendon Hooker being the backup.
Yeah, if that wasn't a red flag, I don't know what is. I mean, they could have hidden behind the guise of, we just want some experience for the playoffs, or, Teddy was great here last year. We just wanted to get him back on the roster so we have some depth. But no, when he immediately comes back and jumps him, and it's just like, we're not even going to put this guy in pads for the playoff game. I think we can pretty much write off Hendon Hooker as a Detroit Lion moving forward. And last year, Anson and I went back and forth. Anson, you could get a second-round pick for him.
Not a chance.
Never.
No.
Never, ever, ever could you have gotten a second. You took him in the third, and at no point has he shown he's worth more than where you took him.
Kenny Pickett went for like a 6th-round pick, and he actually started games.
Anson was like, you just need one team to fall in love. I'm like, no team's going to fall in love, man.
No.
It's just not happening. And I don't know. Out of everything that's come out of the training camps and the OTAs that I've heard so far, to me, that's kind of the biggest news. Because really, let's be honest, a lot of the other positions are set it and forget it. We know who your right tackle is. We know who your left tackle is. Now I guess we can guess at center, but we know wide receivers. We know running backs. We know quarterback. You know defensive line. You know cornerbacks. You know
cornerbacks.
safety.
There's some noise coming out in cornerbacks that Ennis Rakestraw's trying to make a push for a starting spot.
It was great.
Yeah.
I mean, him coming off that Justin Jefferson game, if he doesn't have confidence and swag.
Well, that was Amik Robertson.
Sorry.
And he's injured, so he might. Obviously, he's still he broke his arm in the playoff game, so
but
if he can be back.
Rakestraw's the guy that if he does take a step, this team becomes dangerous.
Yeah.
Stick, I'm convinced you're going to see him move on the defensive line too. I am.
On the line?
On the defensive line.
Well, I mean, they're going to sign Zadarius Smith in a week.
Zadarius is coming back. It's just I don't think it's exactly a secret, but I would, let's just put it this way, I'd be shocked if that didn't happen. So no, you're right. I would much rather be in this position where I know my entire two deep than all those years where we talked about camp battles and in particular huge jobs that were open, because I'm a firm believer 99 times out of 10, if your one gets hurt anyway, your season goes down. Yeah, you can bring up the exception. There's always an exception to almost every rule, but Stick 99 times out of 100, your QB1 goes down, your season goes down. It's just that simple. So it doesn't matter who you could bring in. You could bring in Roger Staubach. You could bring in Kyle Allen. You could have
Danny Cannell.
You could have Danny Cannell. That's usually the way it goes. But
unless
it would suck
for Philadelphia.
It would suck to admit defeat, and I think Hendon Hooker right now is looking like an L. It is. It's looking like an L.
And what's crazy is people are going to use this as a tarnish on Brad Holmes. And, you see, he drafted another injured player, Sean. Look what happens when you drafted injured players. And it's like, listen, we used to not be able to get our first and second round picks on rosters 2 years removed. If we're missing on a third just once, we going to be all right.
Yeah, he's got really two blemishes when you look at Brad Holmes' drafting acumen, and it's Hendon Hooker and Broderick Martin. I would say those are the two that you're like, okay, those were complete losses. Cut your ties, move on. But come on, guys, he's not going to shoot 1,000.
I don't. And you know what? That is, in my mind, comparatively speaking, a third-round pick is low risk, potential, high reward.
And that's what he does.
I'm not going to beat the crap out of a guy for that. I'm not going to beat the crap out of a guy like that. But let's not call it anything other than what it is. It would be a miss.
I really think Jared Goff screwed up a lot of plans by turning out to be so damn awesome. Like, I think Brad Holmes, when they got him, they're like, we know he can be good, but he needs some fixing between the ears too, right? He was an abused animal when he left L.A. The way they did it, they backdoored him. The whole city was against him. I mean, sorry, the guy was a number 1 overall pick and took you to a Super Bowl. We had a number 1 overall pick here for 12 years who couldn't get us a playoff win, but that's neither here nor there. But when you get a guy like that in Jared Goff and then you just totally throw him to the wolves and he comes back the leader of the pack, like I don't think that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell knew exactly
you
the
better
dog.
Scroll up because Stick's getting aroused and we don't need the people. Yeah, put that camera in front of it, right?
But no, I honestly think they drafted Hendon Hooker with every intention of him taking over the team down the road. Jared Goff's going to be our 2-year stopgap. But then when a guy's playing at an MVP caliber level, when he keeps taking your team to places they've never been, you can't turn your back on him now and just say, well, we're going to try to go this because this may work.
That's where I agree with you. Is it was an insurance policy. It was a 3rd-round pick. If it works, you have your starter for 7-8 years. I thought people then made way too much about his age. I thought it was silly, especially when you look at how many quarterbacks sat and then eventually had to grow into their role. But Stick, I think Jared Goff certainly lessens the blow of a 3rd-round loss. It does. Jared Goff is, it makes you say, okay, yeah, it stinks. You never want to throw a 3rd-rounder away, but I get it. It was low risk, potential high reward that we didn't need anyway because of Jared Goff.
That's the thing. Did you throw it away or was it just an insurance policy, right? Like, I hate giving my money to car insurance. I hate giving my money to house insurance. I feel like I'm throwing it away because but at the end of the day, you're not really throwing it away because you may have needed it at some point in time. And if things didn't work out, that probably would have been the guy that you turned the ship over to.
Yep.
They're backing up one of these new Sea-Doos. I love these things.
Gosh.
That's a nice looking
the
boat.
The Sea-Doo switches, they're like jet pontoons.
Yeah.
Have you seen these, Svenny?
Oh, they're phenomenal.
Dude, they're amazing. I've been looking at them for like 2 years.
That's a nice looking boat.
Isn't that thing beautiful?
Svenny, adjust your camera and show it real quick. They're like sporty pontoons.
It's not the boring pontoon,
right?
It
ain't your grandma's pontoon.
No.
That's the Sea-Doo switch, and they come in like 3 different sizes too. They're totally customizable. You can take off the side. Like, I really love those things, and they're only like $30,000.
That's so
compared
cool.
to your normal like $80,000 pontoon boat.
Yeah.
That thing's nice.
That thing's sweet.
I just want a boat friend.
I'm not. You need to be a hotter chick.
Yeah, I'm not the type of white that goes out and has boat parties. That's not. I'm not.
You're missing out, man. It's a great part of being white.
Yeah, I know. I'm not rich white though. None of my friends. I don't have a friend with a boat.
There's white trash white.
That's what I am.
Hop your ass on a rowboat and get in touch with your roots.
Yeah, I could get a paddle boat.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I hate paddle boats.
I like paddle boats.
Oh, you pedal your ass off and go nowhere.
Go nowhere.
Go nowhere.
No, you go nowhere.
I hate paddle
It's
boats.
awesome.
But anyways, so yeah, that's really the only news that I've heard out of OTAs. Spenny, have you seen anything pop off of film? I mean, J-Mo looks to be absolutely cooking everybody in sight, so there's that.
Yeah,
but
that's the 2 things you're hearing from coaches and from players throughout OTAs is that Jameson Williams is looking different, and he's looking stronger. He's looking more complete as a wide receiver, and everybody's talking about Ennis Rakestraw as well, that he's actually absolutely showing out and making a push for a starting spot.
God, man, that's like getting 2 high second-round picks instilled in your defense this year.
This is where we're at right now, though. Again, the line's biggest improvement is just getting guys back.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, that's where, when you, and I know you say this guy's name in town, and a lot of people, it sends a shiver down their spine, but Ken Holland, the longtime general manager of the Red Wings, would say that, Spencer Raxter's out for 36 games in the regular season and 2 weeks before the season ends. That's the greatest addition I could make at trade deadline. And you know what? I didn't have to give up anything for him. Getting guys back, getting guys that are knowns in this area and that we already trust, that's the greatest addition you can get. And I think that's what makes the Lions such an intriguing team. There aren't going to be a lot of surprises this year. I hope that the biggest surprise that we talk about is wow, Hendon Hooker isn't the backup quarterback. Because you know what that means? We're a damn good team that's heading to the Super Bowl.
We have such rich people problems now.
Really,
like,
That's pretty cool.
Oh, dude. Oh, what's our third-string quarterback going to be? Oh, my God. Who's our third-string wide receiver?
Dante 151 in the Woodward Sports Chat with a super chat. He says, this question may be out there, but do the Lions take a look at the Michigan Panthers quarterback Bryce Perkins because of what Perkins has done for the Panthers?
You take a look at him.
I'm with Sean. I don't care about the backup.
Yeah, but
if Goff
need him.
If Goff goes down, your season's over.
The season's over.
But I thought Goff was mid. How's that, Spenny?
When did I say that?
Last year when you were making fun of his hands.
Last year? Go pull the tape of me saying Goff was mid last year.
All right, I'll wait for it. I'll go find it.
Please do.
Lance Granada in the Woodward Sports Chat. I don't know if this is true. I need someone to fact-check this. Maybe Insert could do this. People seem not to know that Brad Holmes was roommates and teammates with Hendon Hooker's dad in college. I understand the pick, and I ain't mad at it. It is what it is.
Really?
I respect the loyalty shown.
I never heard that.
We're gonna have to verify that.
I agree with this.
We got
Hendon Hooker's father, Alan Hooker, a North Carolina A&T Hall of Fame quarterback who played for the same team as Brad Holmes, the current general manager. Of
Lance
the Detroit
Granada
Lions.
dropping knowledge in the chat. So there you go.
I never heard that one. Wow.
Question, answer.
Yeah.
There you go. I no longer have to ask why we drafted Hendon Hooker.
Can I say this, though?
If I was the GM of a team and your son played ball, Sean, guess where he'd be playing?
In the 8th round?
On my team.
You know what, though? Okay, all jokes aside, tip of the cap, that's cool. I hope he doesn't make decisions like that.
No.
You got to make decisions with your head, not your heart.
No, that was I mean, it definitely played a factor.
And you know me, I'd look at Stick after he drafted my son and go, "What the hell's wrong with you? He sucks."
Yeah.
I'd be the first guy to say it. You know, I mean that's.
But Hendon Hooker didn't suck.
I was gonna say, if your son was a Heisman candidate,
right.
Come on.
Can I say this about Hendon Hooker though? And this is coming from a guy that liked Hendon Hooker. Okay, what did people say? He was a product of the system.
And we've seen that now. Those Tennessee quarterbacks aren't turning out too well.
You got it.
Yeah.
So that was the naysay. When
he was definitely the best out of all of them, but
when people like me were sticking up for Hendon Hooker a few years ago, I had other people say, "You're gonna have to trust me. He's a system quarterback."
Yeah, I tried to tell people about
Tennessee.
Caleb Williams. They called me a madman.
What?
Dude, Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. You know he is.
I don't think so.
I said I would draft Michael Penix before I draft Caleb Williams.
Do you know what I worry
And who
about?
was better last year?
Do you know what
Caleb
I worry?
Williams.
Michael Penix.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. He came in and won games.
Do you know what I worry about though? Honestly, I think we all have to be worried about Caleb Williams because they have a guy that has a clue there. And they're doing it the right way.
Yep.
They got that big tight end, and now they're working on their offensive line.
You know what we were
There's
talking?
a little level of concern. A little.
You know what we were talking about physical ability can be there, but between the ears. So what Ben Johnson did is he went from a guy who's thought the game through, right? He went from a quarterback who could see, who could process, who could go through multiple reads, to a quarterback who goes through one read, cuts bait, and runs. You can draw up the prettiest plays in the world, Ben Johnson. It could be a triple reverse, flea flicker, whatever, annexation of Puerto Rico. But if your quarterback panics the minute he's pressured, it doesn't matter how pretty the play is you drew up. And that's what I see with Caleb Williams. He relies on his athleticism too much. In college, you want to talk about system quarterback? He was nothing but a system. And they barely won, Sean. They didn't even win with him there.
The most overrated college football program forever now.
Right. And guess what? When Caleb was out, his backup came in, threw for 500 yards in college. So all these things tell me, and then when I watch Caleb Williams cry in his mom's arms after losses, you were in a locker room full of 50-plus grown-ass alpha males. You're telling me they're going to look at that guy and say, that's the guy that's going to lead me to the promised land? So, fine. Can he scramble? Great. Does he have a good arm? Fine. Is he a little fast? Fine. That's all nice. Can he lead men? Can he inspire people?
I'm not a big fan of the guy, but I'm looking at what's around him now, and that has me more worried. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, just like he fell into the greatest position a rookie quarterback could ever fall in. Weren't you worried last year, Sean? He got Roma Dunze, Sean.
You're talking to the wrong
Keenan Allen,
guy.
Sean.
You're going to have to ask.
He's got Cole Kmet, Sean.
You're going to have to ask.
They got
Spencer.
DJ Moore, Sean.
You're talking to the wrong guy.
They got DeAndre Swift, Sean.
Nobody.
What are you talking about? This is the same thing I heard last year.
Nobody pounded the Bears harder than I did last year. Period. End of story. Spencer, I know you'll get my back here.
Yep.
Nobody pounded the Bears. Why? This goes back to what I said earlier about a certain quarterback at Michigan. Young quarterbacks are dumb. They make mistakes. Period.
He was a rookie.
They are. He was a rookie. He was going to do dumb things. I still don't think the guy's going to make it. Let me say that for the record. But.
Ball knower, Sean believes in everybody.
I'm a little worried because they're doing the right thing around him.
Yeah.
They are. I'm a little worried.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if Ben Johnson's the right thing.
Who?
Benedict Johnson.
I won't say his name.
Yeah, I don't.
He's just he who's.
How
named
many
it there, not
how many
mentioned.
coordinators have you seen go off and flame out that were great offensive coordinators, but wind up they can't run the whole damn show?
They can't be a head coach.
And there's
They
nothing
can't.
wrong with that. Like honestly, like some people are great at their job.
You know who's got a really good reputation, and you guys are going to laugh at me? Marty Morningweg. Marty Morningweg showed everybody beyond a shadow of a doubt he had a great offensive mind, and he could not be a head coach.
How about Jim Schwartz?
Couldn't do it.
Right?
There's
How
another
great
one.
is Jim Schwartz as a defensive
I
coordinator?
say this all the time.
Josh McDaniels.
Robert Saleh, Josh McDaniel,
Matt Patricia.
Romeo Crennel, Charlie Weiss. I could keep going, folks, of guys that were great when they were coordinators, but couldn't do it at the head coaching level.
Stick the Dallas Cowboys of the 90s. You can't just lose your defensive coordinator and your offensive coordinator and expect to be as good. They won more Super Bowls. Dave Wanstead, gone. Chicago Bears, failed miserably.
Yep.
Norv Turner, gone. He failed miserably. He's failed miserably everywhere.
A couple times, yep.
Yeah, so I mean that's
Even his son.
That's
He's
where
passed it down.
That's where when people say things like that. But when you add that with the personnel, I like what the Bears did in the offseason. I do. I like what the Bears did.
It's cute.
I'm not
They
afraid
signed a
of them
bunch of
yet.
washed-up linemen.
You know what? Put the onus on that, and maybe give your young guys a little chance to grow, like we did. We had an opportunity for our young guys to grow a little bit, and now let's see what a guy like Mahogany can do, or Ennis, or let those young guys. But the Bears aren't ready, and if you're asking me, I don't think Caleb Williams is all that. I just don't.
Yeah, I can't buy the hype. I won't buy the hype.
No.
You can't sell me the hype. It's I don't know. I heard it. I've heard it too often. Like, you can't promise me something every year and then not deliver, and I'm be like, oh, the Bears are going to be good this year.
Back-to-back off-season champs.
Oh, that's what they're best at.
Their fan base, we talked about this on the show yesterday, okay? That is one of the most delusional fan bases in all the sports, and not enough people talk about it.
Absolutely.
Chicago Bear fan.
Yeah.
That is one of the most delusional fan bases in all of sports.
I mean, not as delusional as Demond Dice. This guy
He's
is
a Bears fan.
Class 1 Goff hater. Again, what's Goff excuse as a 9-year vet with every advantage on offense, committing 4 turnovers in a big game?
Is he a Bear fan?
He's a Bears fan.
He's a Bears fan. And he's a Goff hater. You know why? Because Goff has gone further than his Bears could ever do.
Yeah.
And he just hates it. And you know what? Goff had a bad game. That's fine. Were all those turnovers his fault? Maybe not. But is he accountable for them? Sure, we can do that. But let's play. Let's get in our time machine, Sean.
All right.
2 years ago, who cost you in the playoffs? Was it Jared Goff, or were those passes getting dropped in the NFC Championship game?
It was not Jared Goff's fault when they got to the NFC Championship.
Did he have enough to take you to a Super Bowl?
Yes.
He did.
So you're telling me last year's guy is the guy, not the guy 2 years before? Or maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle.
He had a bad game and a bad time.
Yep.
Anybody who says it was a bad game.
And a lot of the Lions did. Their offensive line had a bad game.
Ben Johnson had a bad game.
Johnson
He had a
bad
horrible
game.
game.
Yeah.
You know why?
He had a
'Cause
smartest
one foot
guy
was out the door.
He had the smartest guy in the room mentality that day, to be sure.
Yeah.
I will never get on the whole Ben Johnson threw the game bandwagon that people put out there, but having J-Mo throw that ball makes me think about it a little bit. Because literally we listened to every single player on the Detroit Lions team whenever they were asked the question, who's the one, because they did all the trick plays, is all cool. Who's the one guy you don't want throwing the ball in one of these trick plays? Every single one of them said J-Mo because he can't throw.
Yeah.
And
listen,
so
I don't think Ben Johnson purposely threw the game.
No, I don't think so
I don't
either.
think so. But I do know if you have one foot out the door, just like me right now, trying to have a conversation and paying attention to the girls driving by.
Yes.
Like, I can't do both things.
It's true.
Well,
hello
and
to
now
you
I got
too.
Joe distracting me over here, taking me off the whole point. No, but that's the thing. It may not have been a conscious thing, but when you're worried about where your kids are going to school, when you're worried about where you're going to live, what your wife's going to do on her weekly to daily basis, those are all things, and you should think about those things. But that is time that could have been spent game planning. That's all I'm saying, is he could have been all in. He wasn't all in. And when you lose, this is the type of scrutiny you're going to get. If they won, it would have been like, oh, yeah, he's fine.
Still one of the strangest bits were all the people that got mad at people like me. When he made the decision to go with the Bears, he became dead to me.
I couldn't believe that shit.
You're the Bears. It's the Bears. The Bears are my personal tormentor. It may be the Packers for you. It may be the Vikings for you. The Bears are my personal tormentor. And we should say thanks to Ben. Okay, thanks. Both things can be true. Thanks, buddy. And I hope you never win. I want to beat you by 4 touchdowns at least every time. You're a Bear. And you know the funny thing is, most of the people that chirp that stuff aren't the people that grew up here. Right. Hey, I saw a lot of chirp. You don't know what it's like to grow up and have the Bears kick me in the mouth twice every fall. Damn it.
Well, and I think what shows you that it's more of a Bears thing than a leaving us thing is how we've treated Aaron Glenn.
Yeah. And the players did the same thing. I remember I kept putting it out there. I was like, waiting for these farewell Ben Johnson posts from all these offensive guys. Every single defensive player, good luck, AG. Thank you, AG. You're the man. Didn't see a single Ben Johnson. Good luck, Ben Johnson.
No.
It means there's a difference. And I had actual living, breathing Lions fans telling me that we should be wishing him success. I was like, shut up.
It was one of the – and there was some pontificating by certain media members in town, and it's gross. I think you should all be ashamed of yourself.
I agree.
He is the enemy.
And we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to do the last segment here, wrap it up from this wonderful location here at the Detroit Golf Club. But first, let me tell you about Loom Cannabis. They are perfect for the golf course. The Buzzin' drinks 7.5 milligrams of THC in a can. They are delicious. You can get them at Loom Cannabis. Just go to loom.com to find a location near you. Use promo code WSN30 to get 30% off your entire order. 30% off every single time. It's Loom Cannabis.
The bad boys of Detroit sports media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
Feldman Chevrolet still has tariff-free inventory, so we're extending the Memorial Day sale. That means it's your last chance to get tariff-free pricing on your new Chevy. Get this 2025 Silverado for only $199 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for just $259 a month. But hurry, these low prices won't last. Don't miss your last chance to save big. The Memorial Day sale has been extended at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. Feldman Chevrolet.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Feldman, all their dealerships all over Michigan. Make sure you get to them if you need a new car. If you're stuck in a lease that you want to get out of, they will take care of you on that. You want a brand new car, you want a used car, they can take care of that as well. And I'm telling you, man, we're out here raising millions of dollars for sick kids. How you support that is you support Feldman. Go on out, get a new car from them. It's a beautiful day today. It'd be nice to go get something with a drop top, maybe take it down, cruise down Woodward, and come on down here to the Detroit Golf Club. And that's where we are live today with Woodward Sports for the Feldman Automotive Children's Miracle Celebrity Invitational. My name is Stick, filling in from Neil Rule. I just checked him. Oh, Neil said he just sexed one to Justin. Justin, send the Neil video to Spenny, please. Okay, thank you. So Justin's going to send that, and we'll catch in with Neil before we get out of here.
You know what? So I come from the west side. It's funny that you, I took the long way. Cruising down
Did you
7
take 8
Mile.
mile? Okay.
I took 7
mile all the way?
It was outstanding.
Yeah.
Just a good, anybody, I'm telling you right now, anybody that can acknowledge how different this city is in the last 10 years, try coming to this place down 7 Mile 10 years ago. It's night and day, man. They have brought this city back, period.
I mean, I went to University of Detroit, and did you hear the Main Street? They just named Detroit has a new Main Street, Sean.
Oh, I love it.
And it's on Livernois, right at 7 Mile. So the shopping district is now the Main Street of Detroit. I guess it's supposed to bring them some more money and some more charitable things.
Listen.
And that's a great area. Like, if you can get into Palmer Woods, Palmer Park, or anywhere around this area, it's a great – Sherwood Forest is over there. Beautiful homes. Some of the best architecture you will ever see is right here in Detroit.
When I came out to the tournament the first year, what it was a mile down the road and what it is today are two entirely different things. I enjoyed the shot straight down 7 Mile, man. I did. It was a good.
It's slept on, man.
I did. When I get stopped, I tell people I know Willie, and go on.
He's the plug.
Yeah, Willie gives me my pass.
Another slept-on route to get to downtown Detroit is just cruising Grand River all the way down.
Love it.
That used to be the main thoroughfare all the way out to the cabins and the stuff to the lakes area when people live downtown. So it's really cool sometimes just to, like you said, if you got the time, just take the cruise. It's the Motor City. Take the cruise.
You and I are on the west side, so that's a good drive. There's no doubt about
Neil
that.
Rule checking in. Let's see what Neil Rule's up to on this course.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Woodward Sports, Big D Energy here with Steve DeOssie for the young bucks out there. You may not know about Steve DeOssie. New York Giants, played under Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, played for the Cowboys too, Tom Landry. Steve, you've done it all on the football field. Won Super Bowls. You're out here, Detroit Golf Club. How are the vibes? We're playing pretty well right now.
The vibes are great here. It's always been one of the great. I probably do maybe 6 or 7 events a year, and we always look forward to this one. And it's A, a great charity, and B, I've never had a bad foursome, but we'll find out today.
No, absolutely. You got the best putter on the course here.
I just saw that.
You just saw that,
Yeah,
Steve. I let the people know.
That was a great 3-foot putt. Well done.
What's it like playing for Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, all that lineage?
The best. First off, he had 2 of the best in the business, and both of them had different talents. Bill Belichick was the smartest football coach I've ever been around, and I learned that after doing 20 years of media with him too. And then Bill Parcells is a guy that found a way to get the most out of every single player he had. If he needed 45 different ways to get a guy to perform, he figured out what it was, and it was just a pleasure to play for both those guys.
Absolutely. Steve, I'm going to go make some more putts.
I can see that right now. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Neil's just living his best life out here, man. There's several of us you could pick to bring out on a course and represent Woodward well. If you bring Neil Rule, not only are you going to get represented well on the broadcast end, you're going to get represented well on the golf end, which I think is almost as important. You don't want to take out somebody that's going to embarrass you. So Neil is the perfect guy for golf events for Woodward Sports because he'll go out there and maybe shoot a 2-over, 3-over. That's what Neil does.
Yep.
He's a scratch golfer.
He looks the part.
Yeah.
I mean, he does. He like, you know how you look at Justin and you just see dollars and bills and gold bullion in it? When you see Neil walk.
Speaking of dollar bills and gold bullion. Oh, of course I'm talking to you. I see. Hey, and Jay Feldman.
Thanks for having us out, guys. Oh, this is so much fun. Thank you.
Anytime.
Appreciate you. Appreciate.
Jay Feldman, a gracious host here, always welcomes us. It's such a cool event.
Neil really is the dude that you could see, kind of gallivanting around a country club, okay?
Oh, yeah.
The rest of us, listen, we're kind of sticking out like sore thumbs.
Yeah.
Like each and every one of us. Like Chase is trying really hard. Like he tucked the hair up and everything.
Yeah.
So he's trying to look the part.
The NASCAR hat gives it away,
The NASCAR
though.
Cup gave it away. Yeah.
You in the Livonia Stevenson gear.
Right. Sorry.
I did my best, right? America polo.
It's a good day for America.
Spenny, people are saying they want your polo. They want us to put it up in the store.
Hey. I'll sign it. No, it's just a Nike polo with the Woodward Sports logo on it.
But yeah, we're going to be here all day long at the Detroit Golf
Great
Club.
event.
It's such a great event for such a great cause. I mean, you'll be seeing every news people cover this throughout the day today in the city, but we were the only ones invited here to broadcast live the entire day, and that's a pretty damn cool thing if you ask me, because not everybody gets access to these people. Not everybody gets to have these random conversations with your sports hero. I talked to Rudy Rudiger today.
That's
Yeah,
so
that's pretty
cool.
sweet.
Like,
That's so
cool.
cool.
Come on.
He pulled by, we were chanting, he was loving
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Rudy.
Even the other guys on the other
Oh,
side were
yeah.
chatting Rudy, you know?
But, dude, like, his message, I don't know if you saw the interview with him. It was exactly on brand for what you think. Like, he's disheartened by what college football has turned into because it's no longer about the heart, right? Yeah. And that guy, 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing, without a speck of athletic ability, all heart. And he's the guy that when you think of the prototypical, if you had his heart, you would be an all-star guy. That's the guy you think of.
How did Flannel
man.
take the Rudy interview? I feel like that's.
Flannel didn't know who the hell he was. And then he looked up his stats. He's like, this guy sucked.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like Rudy's not a Flannel guy.
No, because Rudy is an emotional story,
Yeah.
right? It's not he doesn't show up on the stat sheet. What Rudy did in practice won't translate, but he made those players better. And thank you guys for making us better.
A lot of fun, Stick. Thank you.
Hey, Sean, we don't get to do too many broadcasts.
I
me
know.
and you.
That's why I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, it's a good time. Chase, thank you for doing the sound today. For Spenny, for Ryan Lentz, for all the crew over there. We got a whole damn crew here today. Guess what's up next? Ermanni and Edwards. Without Ermanni and Edwards, right here at the Feldman Automotive Children's Miracle Celebrity Invitational. We will see you in an hour. All right, boys. Peace.